a contention by defense lawyers that Lindsay Halligan, the interim United States attorney who brought the cases against both of these defendants, was appointed illegally. They say that she was improperly installed by the Justice Department, and as a result, the proper remedy is that the case should be dismissed. The Justice Department disagreed and said at most it's a paperwork error and the remedy should not be a dismissal of the indictment. U.S. District Judge Cameron McGowan Curry heard arguments for more than an hour on the question of Halligan's appointment, but did not immediately rule. She said she expects to decide the matter by Thanksgiving.
Career experts say more and more Americans are taking on side jobs.
As workers face frozen salaries, inflation, and fear of layoffs, some have decided to branch out. That's according to one University of North Carolina study. They're taking on side jobs to bring in additional income. Some are drawn to the side job because of instability in their workplace or the perception that they may lose their income. Others are just reluctant to trust one employer to provide a steady job that will last.
That's Bill Alexander reporting. The BBC has apologized to President Trump over its misleading edit, but says there's no basis for defamation. The president has threatened a $1 billion lawsuit. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is Dennis Prager for AmFed Coin and Bullion. There's something about the feel of a gold coin in your hand and the way the light reflects off its intricate details that has always captivated me. Nick Grovich, AmFed's owner, turned that same passion into his livelihood. Nick began collecting coins as a teen, and that interest grew into a nationally respected business offering only the finest quality coins at the most competitive prices. But the truth is that although Nick is a rare coin dealer, he doesn't believe in rare coins. Rare coins do not make sound investments, but they do make dealers a lot of money. See, that's part of what I respect about him. AmFed specializes in buying non-performing numismatic coins and turning them into gold or silver investments that provide liquidity and perform competitively against the market. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. AmericanFederal.com.
Correspondent Karen Chamis reports on a wildfire in California.
Fast-moving wildfire in picturesque Mono County in California has damaged 15 structures and prompted evacuations. The pack fire forced the closure of part of a highway as firefighters worked to contain it on Thursday. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection says the fire had grown to about 5.3 square miles by Thursday night. It also said the fire had been whipped up by strong gusts of wind that reached as strong as 50 miles per hour. But by Thursday evening, the department announced that fire activity has decreased due to precipitation in the area. I'm Karen Chamas.
Pakistan has announced the arrest of 4 militants over their alleged involvement in a deadly suicide bombing outside a district court in the capital. The blast earlier this week killed 12 people and wounded more than 24 others. News and analysis at townhall.com. Blue Origin has launched its huge New Glenn rocket with a pair of NASA spacecraft destined for Mars. Here's Bob Agnew.
The liftoff from Florida is only the second flight of the rocket the Jeff Bezos company and NASA are counting on to get people and supplies to the moon. The Mars orbiters will spend a year hanging around Earth before setting off for the Red Planet. The rocket's inaugural test flight earlier this year reached orbit but failed to land the booster on a barge in the Atlantic. This time, Blue Origin recovered the booster on its floating platform. Bob Agnew reporting.
The U.S. stock market tumbled to one of its worst days since its springtime sell-off. The S&P 500 sank more than 1.5% yesterday, pulling further from its all-time high set late last month. The Dow Industrials also dropped 1.7%, while the NASDAQ Composite lost more than 2%. Today, the Dow futures also lower. More at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy, oh so happy, so happy Friday to you, one and all. Yes, Buenos Friday.
Indubitably.
It is a football Friday.
Oh, indeed, it's a football Friday. A football Friday, a volleyball Friday.
Volleyball Friday, absolutely.
Potentially volleyball Saturday.
High school playoff Friday weekend, really. But yeah, happy Friday, everybody.
The battle for Big Blue begins here.
Yeah, we have volleyball and football playoff action for you this weekend. And, of course, volleyball playoffs, the state tournament, that kind of kicked off yesterday. Goddard won 3-1 their first round here. That means they advance to the next round, which will take place at 4 o'clock this afternoon. As hold on, let me get to the bracket so I can
It's Bracketology, brought to you by 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSVPTV.com.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Goddard won 3-1 over Valencia. Goddard's a 2 seed, by the way. They beat the 10 seed Valencia 3-1 yesterday, which means they advance to the next round here, which will take place at 4 o'clock today, as your number 2 seed Goddard Lady Rockets will take on the 6 seed Hope Christian. And then if they win that game, then they will be back in action at 2 o'clock tomorrow. If they lose that game today at 4 o'clock, then the Goddard Lady Rockets will be back in action at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And then if they win that, they'll be back in action at 4 p.m. And then back in action at 6 p.m. for a championship game. But if they win today, then they play at 2 tomorrow. And if they win that one, they'll play at 6. If they lose, they play at 4, and then they'll play at 6 for that. So,
if a winner can't be determined, it's Sock'em Bop'em Battle Royale.
There you go. But here's the situation.
Here's the situation. Nice.
So, here's what we're going to do. That was a little deep for so many 90s people.
Oh, there's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand.
Yep. Just shooting some b-ball outside the school.
One of my favorite, I'm getting off topic here real quick, but one of my favorite clips from Parks and Recreation, and you can actually just find it on YouTube, is Ron Swanson walks in and just says, okay, here's the situation. And then Amy Poehler just busts out the whole first verse of Parents Just Don't Understand.
Nice.
And he's like, are you done? She's like, yeah. He's like, there's a fire in the break room.
We have mass casualty event right outside here. Yeah. But so here's the deal.
Yes.
All of the Goddard volleyball broadcasts are made available to you via our internets. We will have audio only of all of their games, their game today and all of what they have tomorrow.
Yes.
At KSVPTV.com in the Goddard Rocket channel. You access it just like you would a video. You click on the channel, and then you'll start hearing an audio, and then you'll see a score bug or something there. But because we don't want to conflict with football, we're keeping all of the Goddard volleyball action and the Artesia if you want to watch.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather.
Hold on.
Looks like low humidity across our area today. Lots of sunshine.
Settle down, Steve.
Fairly light. We've got a
Stop.
Ooh, I like that fade. That's an.
So apparently I had a window to talk, and that thing just fired off because I exceeded the window or something. I don't know what happened there, but we have a new system, by the way.
We're still fighting with new mom.
Yeah. So there was your weather. I'm going to do it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
But anyway.
Whatever happened to that guy? Kidding.
But anyway, where was I? So anyway, volleyball on because we don't want to conflict with football, which tonight we will have Roswell Goddard playoff football as they will be hosting the Berlin Eagles tonight.
Roswell Coyote.
What did I say?
Roswell Goddard. Right.
It's
We're
a
at
long
Roswell
week.
Coyote. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Roswell Coyote football tonight.
At Acatio Family
Oh, come on.
Practice,
This is not
Pediatrics
gonna-
and OMED
this
Spa.
is not gonna
Our
work.
team is here for you. Nancy Walker, Fallon Moody,
like
and
it.
Tialana Watts are family nurse practitioners.
Ladies and
offering
gentlemen,
expert
this
care
is
of family
radio
practice,
on the
pediatrics.
fly.
Richland
Oh,
Motors
come
has never
on.
been easier to sell.
I don't know what
See,
this
We
thing's
have
doing.
new dining furniture
Let's
that will make you a
just fire-
hosting
you know what?
hero.
Let's
This
just
is
fire
Melanie
them all
Glenn's
off.
All right,
Furniture.
I know what I'm
Take
gonna
a break
do.
from
Right.
overpriced stores.
I'm
Can you
stopping
kill
automation.
Large tables come in dining and counter heights and feature 6 to 10 chairs with styles that are
I
sure to
want-
impress your guests.
I
Pair
know.
your table with luxurious
Hold on.
buffets and servers to enhance the classic dining experience. All our tables are ready for immediate delivery, so buy from Glenn's today and dine on it tonight. Come see us.
Oh, Quarter Union in Alameda, where delivery is free since 1933.
Holy cow, that thing's fun. That's a new one today. I don't know what
Gotta love
started
it.
that one.
You know what's funny is right before we got on the radio, Mike was looking at the screen. He's like, things are starting to kind of look normal. I'm
Yeah.
like, I think that we've been through a week of it. I think we're starting to kind of get used to I personally haven't.
Yeah.
But Mike's been in it for the last week or so.
And I want to be out of it.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah, that thing's just firing off brakes randomly now. So, and here's the thing. I don't know how to get back there.
Right.
Because once it fires, it disappears and goes to somewhere else, and I don't know where it goes.
Well, let me real quickly just give some love to our sponsors at Richland, where they will buy your automobile. Glenn's Furniture has a great line of fantastic furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda. And who's that first one? Rio Pecos Medical?
I believe you're right.
Yeah. Their new Ocotillo Center at Rio Pecos Medical is top notch.
Yeah, so, I just stopped the automation because it just fired. And maybe I have to do that every show, but no one told me that yet. I don't know.
Okay. Here's where we get all in tutorial. So in normal radio automation, you have to take it out of auto into manual in order to stop the log from moving to the next available element.
Right.
So that makes sense that you'd have to stop it. But once we're done talking, you then kick back into automation. It should do it itself.
My understanding was the clock was built to do that on its own. This is
My
way inside
understanding is that
baseball.
your understanding is wrong.
Apparently. I don't know.
But the point
Welcome to Inside Radio Baseball.
Absolutely. And the point of all of that, and by the way, baseball coming your way this spring. The point of all of that is high school volleyball available at ksvptv.com. We will have the audio of those games at ksvptv.com under the Goddard Rocket tab.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yep.
So
Playoff football tonight as Roswell Coyotes are taking on Berlin. Is it Berlin?
Berlin,
Yes.
Roswell taking on Berlin.
Berlin, yes, the Eagles. That game going down pregame 6:30, kickoff 7 o'clock, and you can hear that game right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We have been given video rights for that game, or
Yes.
we have gotten them. We weren't given them. So ksvptv.com under the Coyotes tab if you want to catch that game in beautiful HD video.
Absolutely, and definitely. And now, unfortunately, the Goddard broadcast, Lovington has procured the rights, video rights for that, so we only have audio for Goddard's game tomorrow. But we will have the game right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, 12:30 kickoff, 12:30 pregame, 1 p.m. kickoff, and of course, Goddard Rockets will travel to take on the Lovington Wildcats.
Yep.
So the Lovington Wildcats, the number 3 seed, I believe.
The Lovington Wildcats are the 4 seed.
They're the 4 seed,
Yes.
and then of course, our Goddard Rockets are the 5 seed.
Yeah.
So we will have that game for you right here, and then
By the way, Roswell 1 seed taking on Berlin, the 7 seed.
yes, and then at 2 o'clock on Saturday, Artesia Bulldogs
2 seed for Roswell. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 seeds for Roswell. Artesia, the 1 seed,
He's the
they're
1 seed.
taking on Highland, which I think they're like the 8 seed or something.
Yeah,
I
they're-
don't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I don't have it on me. I don't know what to do with my hands. But anyway, we'll have that game for you. I believe there is video availability on that one, too. We were able to procure the rights for that. Just need a hand to the side to do that for you. I don't have stretchy hands. But they will have that for you. You can watch it at ksvptv.com and the Bulldog channel there. And then I believe, again, I'm not looking at the bracket, if Goddard wins and Artesia wins, they're going to play each other next week.
Yes.
And then if Roswell wins, they're going to play either Gadsden or Los Lunas, depending on who wins that matchup. And if they beat Los Lunas, if Los Lunas wins the game, then I think they got to do a coin flip to determine who homes that one because there's no history. You would think the higher seed goes, but I was told not so fast. Listen to the halftime at the games this week. Me and Mika Trujillo explain all how that works, and you know, it's like who begats whom to where and what and all that. So we break it down.
You will break it down.
Yeah,
you haven't yet.
Yeah. Well, yes.
This hasn't actually happened yet.
Let's just say I've seen the future. My crystal ball will tell you what that's going to say. But anyway,
there you go.
So here's the deal. So if because there's no history, I guess they got to do some kind of coin flip to figure out who that. If Gadsden wins, Roswell owes Gadsden. So despite the fact that Roswell's the 2 seed, Gadsden's the 6 seed or whatever the seed they are, we owe them. So Roswell would have to travel to Gadsden to take on. People are very I've heard mixed emotions on that Gadsden Los Lunas game because Los Lunas is district champs, they're undefeated, but their strength of schedule is by coaches. I'm just telling you what they're saying not the strongest in the world. That they may be, I don't want to use this term, don't disparaging, but they kind of paper champion. Like they may not be as tough as their record appears.
The views expressed by Mike Winters do not reflect those of Pecos Valley Broadcasting Incorporated, its staff or management.
Or does I?
Or maybe it does. I haven't talked to Gene, honestly.
Now, granted, Gadsden doesn't have the best record, but they've literally been fighting Artesia, Roswell, Goddard, the best in the district. So they're thinking, don't hold out Gadsden on this one. Just because Los Lunas is undefeated, Gadsden's a little more battle tested than Los Lunas.
It is going to be a very, very interesting playoffs to watch.
Yeah. And so that's why they play the game. So, but that's kind of the way the situation is. Goddard wins, Artesia wins. And to be honest, I didn't think about what happens if Artesia loses because I don't want to be mean, but I'm just saying Artesia don't lose.
Artesia's not gonna lose.
They're the 1 seed. They are not losing at home in the first round of the state playoffs. I'm sorry. That's the other thing. They're home. Like if that happens, get your wheels up to date, folks, because I think Armageddon's about to hit right after that.
I will say this. I will comment that the one thing that could throw Artesia off their game, and this is again pure speculation, is that it's a day game. And a lot of times that can mess with visibility, especially with passing. So I theorize that that's the one thing the one element that could take Artesia out of their element. Yeah. But that being said, they're the Bulldogs. They plan for every occurrence.
So they might only get 30 points instead of 50 points.
Basically, yeah. It's not going to be an utter blowout, just a blowout.
They're playoffs now, but let's be honest. I know everyone's kind of saying that's mean, but we all know. I mean, come on, Artesia's Artesia.
Have you seen the water tower?
Yeah. Have you seen the Hitler video with the
thing? That's fair.
I mean, it just is what it is. But that's kind of the situation in the lay of the land here. But regardless, volleyball for you beginning at 4 p.m. Audio only, KSVPTV.com and the Goddard Rocket channel. Is our guest here?
I have not heard yet.
Okay. Anybody here, Jocelyn? All right. I was afraid of that. And I just played all my commercials.
It played all its commercials.
Right.
We had no say.
Let me give you the rundown. I think I might be replaying an interview here if I don't hear from somebody. I was wondering about it because this month is cattywampus because there's the first Friday doesn't line up with the first Thursday, and so it's kind of botching things up and all that. So where last week was Salvation Army's second Saturday breakfast. Normally we line up our visits so they show up the day before. That didn't work out today, so I was like, oh, well, maybe here. I will tell you this. I printed out the paper and left it in the other room, but I think I got it.
I'm on it.
Oh, thank you. But Salvation Army, they are doing a Thanksgiving meal on the 27th at the Salvation Army. I'll give you the times here as soon as the flyer. I had a whole bevy of things on the hopper there, didn't I? Yeah, we'll do it live. There he is, a bunch of stuff there. Thank you.
That's not for Saturday, though, right?
What are those? Are those scripts?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, no, this is for November 27th.
Okay.
But yeah, they're doing a Thanksgiving brunch at the Salvation Army Thursday, November 27th, which that is Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
From 11 a.m. to 1:30 at the Salvation Army facility here, 612 West College. They're going to have, I think the guest services include the NIMI basketball team. So I think they're going to be helping out, serving and things like that. So put it this way. You're going to have some tall people serving because they're the basketball team, right? That's kind of, I mean, it'd be kind of weird, and they're all my height.
They'll be bent down slightly to make sure they can feed you.
That's right. They have a series of pulleys. No, but yeah, so if they don't pop by here in the next few minutes, I think we were going to talk mostly about that. So if the folks from Salvation Army don't join us here in a mere moments, then we're going to replay an interview. Chaves County Manager Bill Williams going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour. The county commission meeting was moved up a week this month, and so it was yesterday. So Bill's going to join us here in the 8 o'clock hour and give us the skinny on what happened at yesterday's commission meeting. And then folks from the Roswell Public Library scheduled to join us at 9 o'clock hour, give an update on events and activities happening at the library. Plus, we will also have your newses and all that good stuff. And weathers and news, maybe, I don't know, to be honest, I've already got me and the computer fighting this morning. So let's do this. Since I already played those commercials, we're going to play news. There's a Texas Tech update. I don't ever had a tech. Why is that on the log? I don't even know what that means. All right, so I'm going to play some news and some things, and then when we come back, we're going to play an interview if I don't have Salvation Army here. So quick break. Apologize for the confusion, but me and computers are fighting this morning. We'll be back on the other side here. Don't go away.
Now, for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Artesia Infrastructure Director told City Council members this week that the time for water rate averaging is coming up. Your water rate is calculated based on the amount that you use during the months of November through January. So, if you lower your usage during these months, it can often lead to lower costs throughout the rest of the year. The City Council also approved a budget adjustment for renovations for additional costs at the old police station. Another budget adjustment had to be made in the upcoming purchase of city IT equipment. The next Artesia City Council meeting is scheduled for November 25th. A federal grand jury has now charged 5 men in connection to an alleged scheme to steal crude from New Mexico oil fields and sell it from a yard in Carlsbad. Maxwell Sterling Jensen, Thomas Reese, Christopher Ortega, Christian Contreras Varela, and German Ortiz Santiano face charges of conspiracy, interstate transportation of stolen property, and aiding and abetting in connection with thefts between March and August of this year. The FBI field office in Midland, Texas, said it learned of the scheme in June when a confidential informant said he learned Jensen allegedly was offering to pay employees of oil production companies for crude oil. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
If you're making restaurant reservations for tonight or this weekend, maybe you'll use the popular app OpenTable. It seems pretty straightforward. Most of the best restaurants are listed. Choose one, pick a night and time, and your table's booked, all at no charge to you. Or so we thought. I'm Kim Commando for Carbonite, my #1 choice for cloud backup. Save 50% at carbonite.com/Kim. Live a better life with Carbonite. When you use OpenTable for reservations, what happens at the table might not stay at the table because nothing's really free. With OpenTable, you don't pay with money. You pay with information. Picky about your order? Can you tell when the fish is not fresh? Or the difference between medium rare and medium well? Ever sent a bottle of wine back? It's noticed. And then there's your spending habits. Do you tip well? OpenTable knows, and they'll tell all the other restaurants when you make reservations. Anywhere, anytime. Join a million folks who get my free newsletter. Sign up now at getkim.com. Think about all the irreplaceable moments on your computer, your kids' photos, important records, years of work, and memories. If your computer crashed today, how much would you lose? It happens every day, and it's completely preventable. That's why I use and recommend Carbonite, my #1 choice for cloud backup. Carbonite gives you unlimited automatic protection for everything that matters. It quietly backs up all your photos, documents, and important memories in the background, safely, privately, and always just a click away on your computer or mobile app. Carbonite is your ultimate backup plan. It protects you from the unexpected, from accidental deletions and hard drive crashes to floods, fires, and even a morning coffee spill on your laptop. And if something does happen, recovery couldn't be easier. Just log in and restore everything with one click, even on a brand new computer. Right now, get 50% off Carbonite when you go to carbonite.com/Kim. That's carbonite.com/Kim. Live a better digital life with Carbonite.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. We got some volleyball scores for you. The beginning of the state championship started yesterday in Rio Rancho, and Goddard, the second seed in Class 4A, knocked off Valencia for the Rockets' first game by a 3-1 count. Valencia had swept Portales, so Goddard will play this afternoon at 4 o'clock against Hope Christian. Hope knocked off Taos yesterday 3-0. This is a double elimination tournament, so whoever wins today's game is going to be looking good going into Saturday. NMMI in Class 3A barely lost to Sandia Prep 3-2. The Lady Colts will take on Cottonwood Classic this morning at 8 a.m. Then in Class 1A, Gateway Christian swept Pine Hill 3-0, but then lost 3-1 to fourth-seeded Quemado. They'll take on New Mexico School for the Deaf this morning at 10 at Cleveland High. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like low to mid 80s across our area today. Lots of sunshine, and the wind will stay fairly light. We've got a pretty stable high pressure system overhead. Clear for the overnight hours, and mid to upper 40s. We're in the low to mid 80s and sunny again on Saturday. Nice weather on Saturday night, clear skies and mid 40s, and then low 80s and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:28, and it looks like our guest isn't going to make it in today. So what we're going to do is, yesterday in the 8 o'clock hour, Don Weld joined us with Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. And unfortunately, he had bad news. They had to cancel the Cranes and Cocoa event that is scheduled for this Saturday due to the government shutdown. There's no staffing, anything over at Bitter Lake, so they can't do the event. However, the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge is open. The gates open at daylight. They close at dusk. We, the public, are more than welcome to go and enjoy that. So if you want to go see cranes on Saturday, the park is open till dusk, and the cranes are there. The government shutdown does not stop the cranes from coming into town to rest up before they travel on. So if you want to go see cranes on Saturday, go do it. There won't be cocoa. There won't be a guest lecture or anything like that. But, if you want to see cranes, the cranes can be seen. So, but anyway, we had our interview with Don Weld from Friends of Bitter Lake yesterday. So here is that interview for you. Enjoy. In studio, wearing his Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge hat. Don Weld back with us. Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Studio, wearing his Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge hat. Don Weld back with us. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing today?
Doing good. I got some good news and bad news. If you want to go out to Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, the weather's beautiful right now.
Yes, it is.
And
Perfect.
Great time to walk around and do some things. Unfortunately, the bad news is, the government shutdown is starting to unravel.
Yeah.
It has messed up plans. Obviously, there's no staff there or anything right there now. And unfortunately, we did have to cancel this year's Cranes and Cocoa event that was scheduled for this weekend because of the government shutdown.
That's true.
And so now that being said, the cranes are still going to be there. And if you want to walk around and look at cranes, ain't nobody stopping you. But we can't sit on the deck and drink cocoa.
No, the government doesn't own the cranes.
Yes, they can't.
They
stop
do their
them.
own thing.
they do not answer to a government budget.
No, they don't care.
But But as far as a formal event with a guest speaker talking and the cocoa and all that, we can't do that this year. So.
No, not this year.
But the entertainment is there. The cranes are there, or cranes are migrating in and doing their rest stops, and some probably settling down for the winter. Most are going to travel on to their next destination here. So.
Correct.
But you never know. There's always one or two that might hang out and lay down roots for the winter and take care of business here. So.
Most of the daytime, the cranes fly out from the refuge to the various areas around here to feed.
They're out.
They're looking for food.
Looking for lunch. Okay.
Now, at night, as the sun is setting, they will come back to the refuge to settle in for the night.
That's their motel room.
Yep.
So they're going out to the restaurants.
Yeah, they're going out to the restaurant.
And, checking things out, and then they go back to their Motel 6 here.
There you go. There you go.
Because they leave the light on for them there. I think I just cross-referenced about 6 different chains. But who cares?
A little shout out to all of those.
Which, in case you didn't know, I try to start that. That's the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, for folks not familiar or new to the area. We have Bottomless Lake State Park here. We're blessed with some really cool parks here. Bottomless Lakes is really your recreating park. If you want to go and swim, probably not right now, but go and...
I don't know, there's some people that might.
It is 80s during the day, but that water might be a bit chilly. But anyway, but if you want to camp or do those that's what Bottomless Lake State Park is. Bitter Lake is a wildlife refuge. It's a preserve from the federal government that is there to protect, to enhance, and to stabilize, and really to keep our native animals and plant life, and it's a nature observatory. That's right. But by default, it's also a pilot flying J for migratory animals. It's a rest stop, service station for our migratory, your monarch butterflies, your cranes, various other species of birds that they'll be making their way south right now for the winter, and then we'll see them all coming back here in the spring. Going the opposite direction as they head back north.
Along about end of February, March, April, along there.
But we have, and one thing, and this is where Don's a part of, we have an organization. The Bitter Lake Refuge has volunteers too, but also an extension of that is their Friends of Bitter Lake, and these are volunteers that they're the ones that run the visitor center, when obviously not right now because it's closed. But when they open that back up, the volunteers from the Friends of are running the gift shop there and everything else. Not to mention, they're the ones raising money. When you have the Butterfly Festival or the Dragonfly Festival, I almost gave it the wrong name. The Dragonfly Festival, because they do the Monarch Butterfly. It's almost like Monarch Dragonfly.
There you go.
But anyway, but the Dragonfly Festival, obviously, these are events that the Friends of Bitter Lake put on for education and connecting the public to the thing, but also a fundraising event. Because all these events and things, whenever you buy things from the gift shop, all of those proceeds go back to projects at the refuge. So, like that bird blind and everything you're enjoying, cranes and cocoa, that was from the generosity of people buying books and T-shirts and everything, and supporting the Friends. Any other of those kinds of service projects. And by the way, they're also some of the sweat equity labor force for as being a part of the Friends. There's service projects like if some of the trails need to be fixed back up, or some erosion issues happened here and we need to rectify that, or whatever we can do to and when, let's face it, when outside influence gets in on this area, we do everything you can to mitigate some of that, and so the Friends sometimes are helping in those efforts to do that. And some of the perks of the job is, because it's a wildlife refuge, there is constantly different entities studying not only natural history, but animal and human history on that property. Because not only is it, the pilot flying J and all the things, that was Native American hunting ground. So there's as much human history on that patch of land as there is natural history. And so from time to time, you get your National Geographic studying native stuff to plant and animal life stuff, or there's different projects. But anyway, there's parts of the refuge that the public just doesn't get to go to because your influence there would be bad, not good.
Right.
And so we really mitigate on who goes to those things. But from time to time, people need to go in there to do either some of these projects, or there's actual some kind of service or work that needs to be done to fix the ecosystem in there. And guess who gets to go in there and do that? The Friends do.
Yep.
So you really do get to see and peel back parts of the refuge that the public does not. So that's kind of a perk of being a volunteer. And especially now that we really can't do anything, hopefully soon, because it looks like they're starting to say, hey, we should do our job again in Congress. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But it looks like they're starting to get their butts in line. So, things will start hopping fast here. But in the meantime, being friends, getting volunteers, raising money, especially in ways because we can't, the gift shop's off the table right now. That's lost income for a month now, or however long this has been going on. So, we got to kind of find out other efforts to do that kind of thing. So the website's probably the best bet right now if you want to donate money and things like that, is go to the Friends website.
There are places on there that you can figure out how to.
Yeah. friendsofbitterlake.org is the website. That's the same place you go to when you're looking for Dragonfly Festival tours and stuff like that.
And the Cranes and Cocoa and our spring cleanup and things like that.
That's where you find that information. And of course, the cool parts of, some of the fun stuff like Dragonfly Festival. That's, Dragonfly Festival is much bigger than just, dragonflies. It's, for years, the artwork, everything that's a part of this event, kids are involved, or it's all not. And so the artwork, the T-shirts, there's always the tradition of the contest where kids in just about every elementary and middle school in the district here participate in.
K through
sixth grade, yeah. So up till almost middle or into first part of middle school. So elementary school.
K through 5.
K through 5. So elementary school. Yeah, they submit their drawings and things, and it's really a lot of fun because it incorporates so many different aspects of the community. So if becoming a friend helps to kind of garner that, to be a part of more of that, to create more of that too. Because let's face it, maybe with more volunteers, more people, we can do more things in a Cranes and Cocoa and a Dragonfly Festival.
That's right.
Maybe we can do more, more of the, because some of the bigger parts of the Dragonfly Festival are popular are the tours, the wildlife tours and the Dragonfly tours. Maybe we can, let's face it, sometimes demand exceeds supply on those at times, where we have not enough tour times and too many people want to see it.
That's right.
More volunteers,
every year.
More opportunities. We're not gonna have a Dragonfly Festival. We'll call it a nature tour weekend, and we just invite people to come out. And we're going to be doing Jurassic Park style. Hop in the Jeep, and we'll go do tours around the
there
park
you go.
here kind of thing.
There you go.
Minus the dinosaurs, obviously. But
no. Actually, there are some dinosaurs out there.
None that are going to eat you.
No.
Well, snakes, but they're not big enough.
Yeah.
They might make you a bad day.
Yeah.
But anyway, but more volunteers begets more opportunities to do things like that. So if you would like to, be a part, I encourage you to be a friend and come and see. And especially, and first off, if you've never been to the refuge, despite the fact that it's a government shutdown, during daylight, basically, you can go from about 6 a.m. till dusk, which is about 5 o'clock now.
Yeah.
When that gate opens, the public is welcome. Now, please, stay on the trails, stay on the roads. Don't go gallivanting off into the woods and stuff. There, law enforcement, there are people that are still keeping an eye on things. And
so the sheriff patrols regularly.
Yeah, so if you're up to any chicanery, there's going to be some people that'll spot you. But you are more than welcome to go out there and walk it. I know folks like to, I like to, that's part of my hiking routine. Every day I go out there and hike a mile.
There you go.
Well, that's all game on. Now, not a lot of access to bathrooms and things like that because buildings are
They're
closed.
all closed down.
But so
even the main ones down in the corner.
Oh, okay.
They've even closed those.
So be mindful of that type of thing.
Right.
But as far as access to the land, you have it.
That's right.
During daylight hours, basically. So, what else is there about this? I know that I'm trying to cover as much base as unfortunately, like I said, the big news is Cranes and Cocoa for this year has been canceled. It's not happening this Saturday. However, like I said, the grounds are open. You want to go look at some cranes? Go look at cranes. Bring your own cocoa.
Yeah, there you go. And as soon as we can, we will open up the nature store. That is a tremendous spot for Christmas presents.
And absolutely, and you can get some amazingly cool books, literature, T-shirts. I mean,
all kinds of things.
Kids' toys and toys they'll actually want to play with, not just they're enrichment toys. Sure, they're they're designed to,
but they're fun.
But they're fun. They're a lot of fun, and it's not just a stuffed. I mean, I'm sure they got a few stuffed animals, but it's not just stuffed bears and stuff.
No, this is
iguanas or whatever people have.
We do a whole lot for that.
I mean, and I'll be honest, if you're a stargazer, I know you can't really hang out at night there, but hang out nearby. That's a pretty good, pretty dark out there, and a good opportunity to see some stars. Obviously, you can't be on the grounds proper at dark,
right?
But if you're not, nearby and want to set up a telescope, it's not a whole lot going on out there. I'm sure no one's going to give you a hard time,
nope.
and check it out. Now, if you just don't be loitering out there, look at the stars. And
you got to remember, there are people that live just off the refuge.
It is the country, and they watch out for each other. And if you're out there doing things that looks shady, you might get a visit. Just saying.
That's right. and they don't hold back. I guarantee you.
But that being said, if I'm just saying that's a beautiful part of town to go see the night skies. And I know, especially if I don't know if you still have opportunity for this Northern Lights thing. I know we did the last 2 nights here.
Yeah.
But those are where you're going to see it. If you're down in your neighborhoods here, it's really kind of bright. You got to get out of town to go see.
I have a friend that lives out in that general area, and she sent me a picture of the Northern Lights from last night.
Yeah.
So looks good.
Good stuff. So that being said, yes, it is not open, but yes, it is open. Yes, it is open, but no, it is not staffed or any of that type of stuff right now.
So we can't have the
now.
festival.
That being said, and to be honest, even before the government shutdown, with the government cutbacks, there wasn't really. They cut back on paid staff at that. Like, I think, is there one even? I don't even know at this point.
We've lost the manager. We're trying to get a replacement. We don't have an assistant manager. We have the people who, the maintenance people who do all of that.
Yeah.
We have some
Has
of the
Steve retired yet?
Not until the end of the year.
Okay, I knew he was short term, but I didn't know if he was still with us.
End of the year.
Okay.
So we're going to have to bulk up on our membership so that we can, our Friends membership, so that we can get another lead to do the
so it's going to be the onus is on the Friends to kind of
to keep
fill
that
the void here a little
keep
bit.
that dragonfly going. We've got all the information. We just need somebody to say, okay, you do this, you do that, and that's what Steve was doing.
So, folks, again, getting involved with if you're thinking, man, I love all this stuff. Now's the perfect time to sign up, to
come
be a
out
friend,
and
to
say
join
hi
us,
and
be a
talk
part
to
of it. And to be honest, it's as much of a social group as it is a civic organization. Yes, they're out there working, but they have a lot of get-together. Like all their meetings, there's usually food and potlucks and people chit-chatting. And, it is a family as much as it is a service organization.
We will have our January meeting, Friends meeting in January. That's our winter meeting. And we will have that. I don't have an exact date yet.
Well, good news is you'll be in between now and then. We'll have it locked down by then.
Usually it's around the 3rd Saturday of the month. So keep
Which
that
is good, because that's going to be in that lull of January where you're probably broke because taxes ain't coming yet.
Right.
You're out of money and you're still paying off Christmas. So a free lunch at a meeting might be a good thing.
There you go. There you go. Not only that, we tried to gauge it so that it doesn't interfere with the Super Bowl stuff.
Yeah, because you're going to lose to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, that's it there.
We learned as an American Legion, because that's also right around the time that we normally do our Fort Chaplain ceremony.
Right.
February, the month of February, generally speaking, tradition dictates the first part of February, but and I know that's Super Bowl Sunday weekend usually.
That's right.
And we will lose that every time. So that's why we kind of
adjust it.
Adjust accordingly on
and
that.
we're going to do that ceremony.
Yeah, it's going to be
at Roswell
during the day,
Roswell
like at 1 p.m. or something like that.
Roswell
It'll
High.
be at the school in their I believe they call it the Little Theater. Is that little? It's that little room right off. Like if you go into the main entrance of Roswell, there's a little
off to the left.
Yeah, off to the side. There's a little.
We just had a veteran ceremony in there this last week.
Yes, where they did the veteran on, was it Monday?
Monday. No.
It was on Monday. Yeah, Roswell High did theirs on Monday.
Monday, that's right. Yeah.
Although I was like, that was earlier this week. My sense of time is really
last week was Goddard. This week
Goddard was Thursday, and then Roswell did theirs on Monday.
Monday.
That's correct.
And then the university did theirs on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
They did theirs on
Veterans Day.
On
That's
Veterans
right.
Day proper. Them and NMI had their annual breakfast.
Yeah, Wednesday I was running all over the place getting care of everything else.
Yeah, you didn't get a chance to do food crawl for Veterans Day. You were busy.
Well, I did Tuesday night. I went to Golden Corral.
Nice, got the
stuffed up.
Did you? Was it pretty busy?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I know. In years past, I've gone by there and done, and they literally had lines like wrapped around the building.
They got them in pretty quick and got them fed and got them out so that they could rotate pretty quick. So they did real well this year.
Yeah,
they were planned for it.
If you're a veteran and starving on Veterans Day, it's kind of your own fault. I'm just saying.
That's right.
People are just throwing food at you, and we're so thankful for it.
There were places that had breakfast. There were places that had lunch. There were places that had dinners.
Yeah. Problem is, it's all the stuff because veterans generally are like us, a little long in the tooth. It's all the stuff the doctor says you still got to stop eating.
That's right. I'll tell you what, for one day, enjoy.
Game on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But getting back to Friends at Bitter Lake here, we always look at, and by the way, too, like I said, they're the ones that run the gift store and all that. So, if you know some of those, especially now that we're probably getting out of that season because the weather's turning colder. We have our kind of retirees that like to RV during the summer. A lot of times they'll kind of hold down the fort at the gift shop, and they'll kind of use that as a jumping off point. Though
to go see other things.
Yeah, the refuge kind of says, "Hey, park your trailer here, hook up your power, water, toilet, whatever you got to do, and we'll." And all we ask is you kind of run the shop for a couple days a week during the time you're here. Obviously, that dries up a little bit during the winter months because people aren't RVing so much during the winter.
Right. We usually have somebody out there.
But I'm gonna say, if you know someone or anything that does that kind of thing, or maybe you yourself, I wouldn't mind doing that.
It doesn't have to be an RVer. It can be somebody who lives here locally. If they want to volunteer,
sure,
go out there and talk to them, and we can arrange a schedule.
But if you happen to know someone that's out of town and they do that kind of thing, and say, hey, and you know what, dangle the carrot is like, you haven't seen me in years. Come visit me. Well, guess what? I can even get you a free spot to set up your RV.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, we got to work the gift shop twice while we're here, but no big deal.
A couple of days a week.
But there's free electricity, free hookups, free plumbing, and you have no excuse not to hang out and visit with me because that's the other thing too is they only work a couple hours a day, and then the rest of the day is theirs to do what the point of the whole they were there to begin with, and see, sightsee, and enjoy the offerings that we have here.
That's pretty much it. Is during the normal work hours, 8 to 5. They're in that range for 3 days a week,
and it's not hard work. You're literally sitting there meeting people and hanging out, and quite frankly, I'm going to take a stab as half of the volunteers end up doing their own shopping and probably spend $100. But by the time they leave, it's like I bought a bunch of books and I bought some shirts.
They do.
So,
I'm sure.
I was saying you might end up spending money, but it is really a cool thing.
And they get the education of the refuge.
Absolutely,
a lot more so than just a casual visitor.
Put it this way: arguably, you're going to have some of the coolest sunsets while you're up there and enjoying your time on your RV park and all that. Your nights are going to be because guess what? You get the perk. Talking about all the night sky things that you don't because you're not allowed in the park after dark.
Yeah,
they're in an RV after
and
dark.
You can
you're
see
in
it.
The park. Yeah,
that's right.
It's
and this Northern Lights. They're enjoying the Northern Lights out there now.
And not to mention, I would imagine life at night in the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge is a completely different animal than it is during the day. Like the animals are out. You're going to see things that you probably most people don't get to see because you're there at night.
That's right.
And you're seeing that, because animals, especially, your owls, your bats, they're all hunting. They're nocturnal, and let's face it, our temperatures dictate the rest of our, the birds and stuff. When it's 100 degrees out, they ain't working. They're hiding. They're hankering down,
cooling off.
But
somewhere.
once the evening gets cool and the animals start coming out and everything, and then that's when they're out eating. So the plant eaters are like, oh, it's cool now. I can go eat the plants. The ones that eat animals say, no, the ones eating plants are out. I'm going to go eat them.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the food cycle continues. And that's how it is. So.
I have seen some tremendous. Because I've done this thing with the Friends, we put in the whole water system, the Friends group, the water system for the butterfly trails.
Okay.
And that was a major project. But the point is that we were there sometimes early morning before other people were there.
Okay.
And we would be there late at night, and we would see animals and wildlife that you wouldn't normally see because it was too hot.
Okay.
So. And we didn't want to work during the absolute heat of the day anyway.
Can't beat them, join them.
That's right. We'd get out there early and do our work and stay late.
Maybe that's something. If you get enough volunteers, we'll call them the Friends of Bitter Lake Night Owls, and they go out and they go out and do some projects at night with, in my head I picture they got like the spelunking helmets on with the light on their head. Maybe not needing a helmet, but for effect, let's put them in helmets.
They had a deal out there about a barking frog.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like some joke we used to play on in the Boy Scouts. Did you hear that barking frog and you're really farting? They usually that was a barking frog. That's some Boy Scout joke.
There actually, you would think so, but there actually is a barking frog.
Okay.
And we actually got a recording of it.
I had an assistant scoutmaster. He had digestive problems and they rerouted his plumbing. So literally he could. And so he would, at scout camps, he'd go, see that rock over there? And he'd step on it and let one rip, and he goes, that's a fart rock. so I grew up in scouting with all, that's a frog bark. Sure it is.
Yeah.
It's your fart. But
there you go.
So that's why I hear that. I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
I've been fooled one too many times on that
one. There are some strange things that go on out there. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But please, like I said, hopefully soon here we will start be able to open up the gift store here, and that can't come too soon because and like I said, we're behind the 8 ball on getting that money, and of course, let's face it, we're turning to your busy time of year for the gift shop with the holidays.
That's right.
Not only do you get visitors that are coming to visit, but you get people that actually come out to the refuge as a destination, go to the gift store to pick up Christmas gifts and do some Christmas shopping. Right. So we don't want to miss that opportunity due to this shutdown. So the moment that thing's back up and running, we'll let you know, and we hope you guys come out in droves to go support and be a part of that.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
And then, like you said, once we get past that battle, then we'll start filling the voids here to getting it back to the staff the way it is, and to kind of get it to pre cutback levels or whatever we're trying to do on that.
Right.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, we got to get some managers and some updated replacements for regular workers.
But that being said, the onus is going to fall on the Friends to probably upkeep some of those service projects and things. Because guess what? The animals are going to still need things. The plants are going to still do things. Guess what? The invasive stuff's going to keep trying to get in there and being invasive. We got to keep doing that. So just because there's not a government-funded thing doesn't stop
we can get in there and do our thing.
Yeah,
and help out.
Yep, it doesn't stop progress. Things are going to happen. Those animals still need to be looked out for. The plant life needs to be taken care of. Keeping and that's just it. When it comes to nature, they want to keep it as close to nature as possible. But man has touched it. We can't once we impact it, you can't do anything. So now the best thing is how do we keep it so it's copacetic, so man can still manage it, but it doesn't get out of hand and one thing overcrowds the other. Next thing you know, all the stuff native is gone because all the salt cedar took it over, and that's the fight we're fighting. And same thing with the animals. When you get, that's why there's the fences, and you get, I love an orcs as much as the next guy, but they have no business being in southeast New Mexico.
That's right.
That's from a different continent. So that's the kind of stuff they're dealing with.
Yeah.
So. Don, is there anything we missed or anything we wanted to cover?
I think we pretty much got it.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Don, as always. And of course, again, friendsofbitterlake.org. Go to that website. You can learn more about the Friends. If you'd like to make a donation and help out now, because really that's the only source of revenue they have until that store opens back up. And again, we are so sorry, but the Cranes and Cocoa event that was scheduled for this weekend had to be postponed or canceled due to the government shutdown. That being said, the cranes are there. The park is open till dark. If you want to go look at some cranes, have some fun.
Yeah.
There just won't be any cocoa or anything going on. There won't be a guest talker or anything like that.
And if you get kind of dazed out and you forget and it gets dark on you, you can still get out.
They'll let you out.
Yeah.
It's
you can't get in.
It's the opposite of the Roach Motel. It won't let you in, but it will let you out. It's the opposite. Right. Whereas of course, there's the whole Generate Roach Motel. You don't ask the raid commercials. The roaches get in, but they don't get out. The Roach Motel. It's the opposite of that. So, good deal. But thank you, Don, as always, and we'll see you here next time. So I think is it next week we talk Alzheimer's with you? I think, which or it's coming up. I don't remember. It's on my schedule here.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, thank you for everyone that turned out to walk to end Alzheimer's. No, it's a different hat, but it sounds like we had another great successful.
We had a very good
walk and
good walk.
Raise some money, and I think y'all hit your goals, right? If I remember right.
We did.
Yeah. So that's
actually we don't have Alzheimer's until next month.
Okay, so we're
good.
Okay, good. I don't know. I slept since yesterday, so. But thank you, Don. We appreciate everything, and we'll see you here next time. Yep.
To move on and enjoy a shutdown-free weekend, President Donald Trump signed a government funding bill ending a record 43-day shutdown that caused financial stress for federal workers who went without paychecks, stranded scores of travelers at airports, and generated long lines at some food banks. Boeing machinists in the Midwest who assemble military aircraft and weapons voted to approve a new contract, ending a 3-month strike. The breakthrough 5-year labor agreement includes a 24% wage hike across the life.
Have you ever been to an escape room? Generally, there's a set of clues that you have to follow to find the prize to get out of the room. It's a mystery that has to be solved. Many things are learned along the way, but in the very best versions, you don't know the answer to the mystery until you find all the clues and find the prize. The Apostle Paul writes to the young Christians in Colossae about a mystery. What's great about this mystery is that you don't have to wait until the end of the story to know the answer. The Israelites were given hints or shadows of the mystery, but they didn't know the full story. Paul reminds them that the answer to the mystery is Christ in them. When Jesus came to this earth and died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days later, he made known the mystery that has been taught from the beginning of time. Do you feel like you're missing something in your life and you don't know about this great mystery of Christ? Then we encourage you to join us and learn what's missing.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
All right, Mr. Gobbles, it's that time of year again. Got any last requests? What? You want a smoking deal on a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle? Mucho dinero for your trade? And your credit pardon? Well, you're going to have to go to Roswell Ford.
Hey, Roswell Ford is talking real turkey. With our most aggressive offers in more than 5 years. Right now, get massive savings on new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles with 0% financing and no payments till February 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried that your credit is a little foul? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. On select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Rio Pecos Medical Associates proudly welcomes Dr. David Fuccinari, OBGYN. With advanced training in minimally invasive techniques, Dr. Fuccinari is the first in our community to offer robotic surgery for women experiencing heavy or painful periods, pelvic pain, uterine fibroids, and more. Dr. Trevor Miller, Family Practice and Obstetrics, provides prenatal and OB care along with comprehensive primary care for the whole family, including wellness exams, acute visits, chronic disease management, skin procedures, and joint injections. Rio Pecos has expanded care once again by adding pediatrics. We welcome Kim Hansen and Rihanna Shaw, both experienced pediatric nurse practitioners who share our commitment to compassionate, patient-centered care and who have earned the trust of our community over the years. Book your appointment for OBGYN, family practice, or pediatric care online at riopecosmed.com or call 575-622-6322. Rio Pecos Medical Associates, advancing health and wellness for every generation.
When managing a chronic illness, access to the right treatments makes all the difference. Artesia General Hospital's Infusion Center provides IV therapy and biologic treatments, so you don't have to travel far for care. Expert infusion therapy right here in Artesia. Call 575-736-8256 today to learn more.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Russian forces launched a massive overnight attack on Ukraine's capital city of Kiev, killing at least 6 people and wounding dozens.
There was a pretty substantive attack that lasted several hours. President Zelensky this morning said that 430 drones were involved and 18 missiles, many of them ballistic. It was definitely across the city. We could see explosions on the horizon here, but we could also see missiles and drones flying over above us here in the center of the city.
The BBC's James Lansdale says 2 other Ukrainian cities also attacked. In this country, the parents of at least 2 babies sickened by an infantile botulism outbreak are suing the makers of ByHeart baby formula. Here's correspondent Marcela Sanchez.
At least 15 infants across a dozen states who have fallen ill since the outbreak began in early August. Federal and state officials say no deaths have been reported. ByHeart recalled all of its formula across the U.S. on Tuesday.
Now that the government is reopened, air travelers are eager for flight schedules to return to normal.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the 6% limit will stay in place while officials assess to see whether the air traffic system can safely return to normal. The flight cuts were implemented last week as more air traffic controllers were calling out of work, citing stress and the need to take on second jobs, leaving some control towers and facilities short-staffed. I'm Mike Hempen.
On Capitol Hill, the House is moving toward a vote on releasing files from the sex trafficking investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Republican leaders have no choice but to allow a vote after a petition on the Epstein bill reached the needed 218 signatures. More at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Been a toxic gas leak in Oklahoma.
Dozens of people became sickened Wednesday night in Weatherford, Oklahoma, when a tanker truck parked in a hotel parking lot began leaking anhydrous ammonia gas. Anhydrous ammonia is used as fertilizer, but can burn people in its liquid or gaseous form. People nearby were evacuated, others were told to shelter in place, and several dozen people were taken to the hospital for difficulty breathing. Weatherford Police Chief Angelo Orfici says the gas has dissipated, enough for people to return home. I'm Donna Water.
Charlotte, North Carolina is the latest U.S. city preparing for a potential immigration crackdown by the Trump administration. The Mecklenburg County Sheriff says federal officials plan to deploy U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents as early as this weekend. Details of the operation, however, remain undisclosed at the moment. News and analysis at townhall.com. A strike against Boeing is coming to an end.
The Boeing machinist in the Midwest who assembled military aircraft and weapons voted to approve a new contract. The breakthrough 5-year labor agreement includes a 24% wage hike across the life of the contract and a $6,000 signing bonus, according to the union representing 3,200 workers who walked off the job on August 4th.
That report from Bill Alexander. The nation's largest retailer will soon have a new boss. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon will retire at the end of January. He's been at the company's helm since 2014. John Ferner, the head of U.S. operations, will succeed McMillon as CEO. Americans will be allowed to contribute more money to 401k and other retirement saving plans beginning next year. The IRS says the maximum contribution will rise
to $24,500. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. The Deuce. The Deuce. Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday, everybody. So happy it's Friday.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
Guinea Pig Fridays.
That's right. We're barbecuing us some guinea pig.
I like the fact that Gene's reached a certain age or point in his life where, you know what? I'm going to knock off the BS. I'm just going to say it like it is. Mike is basically the guinea pig for this new automation system, and he said as much on his morning show. We have video evidence cut to the tape.
That's right.
No? Okay, fine.
We do. Yeah, he told him. He was joking. Because I was telling him some of the issues I was having with that. All right, remind me in 37 seconds. I got to hit a button.
Oh, yeah.
Or Armageddon will ensue.
What? Can you do it now?
No, I got to wait till the song stops. Because if I hit it now, it'll stop everything.
The song too?
Yeah.
Well, it's just fine.
Well, I'm trying to make it sound professional.
Okay, but how much
even
time?
I'm talking about it.
Yeah, even though we're talking exactly. How much of the 37 seconds has transpired?
Hey, this is
the
show.
Get ready. Get ready.
It's the
Watch
professional-ish.
Watch this. This is gonna. Boom.
Stop automation.
Boom. We're good.
Start automation. Yes.
You hear that?
There you go.
The sound
of nothing.
Of silence.
Now
we got to fill dead air.
Well, here's the thing. Because this is where, if I don't stop it now, this is where we're just talking, and next thing you hear is Steve's offering you weather services.
Sure.
So that's why I have to do it there. Otherwise, I learned last hour.
Right.
But that's not going to be all the way because we're going to have to fix that because it's not supposed to be like that either. But anyway, but yes, I'm guinea pigging while they do it because our other station's going to flip to this same deal. But Gene was joking with his audience this morning saying, well, Mike's working out all the kinks for us over here, so it'll be smooth when we get it.
For what it's worth.
So yes, that's what I'm doing.
I would rather be guinea pigging than prairie dogging. Just for the record.
That should be on a t-shirt.
It's funny, you can actually pick out people who have seen the movie Rat Race based on making the reference to prairie dogging.
That's right. And that's the beauty. You know what? I think this is for people that have to talk to general, and and for on a given day mostly.
Right.
I think they're the ones that appreciate the inside joke or the obscure reference much more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
'Cause 100%.
Like my day is I'm trying to be as broad as possible, but I laugh way more and get way more tickled by inside jokes and obscure references.
My life has become that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's sitting there eating the bowl of cereal going, I get that reference. That's literally become my life now.
Yeah.
It's like I get that.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I think about it, since we're talking and pound for pound, I like to call him decap.
is one of the most.
You're beyond first name basis with him. Dang, all right.
Decap is arguably one of the most memed celebrities.
You know, I think you're right, because between that meme, between the Gatsby meme, between all of the other Wolf of Wall Street memes that have come out, the one with him and the giant toothed Jonah Hill from Moneyball.
Well, there's the Tarantino movie, the Western that he was in.
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight, yeah. And that meme, you get fat. They fat version of him and skinny version. Like, there's the real version of him, but for some reason, somebody blew him up for something else, and that's equally as memed as skinny version or normal version of him.
And honestly, you could use different Leo memes based on what you're trying to say. Like the one where he's all tongue out. He's like, but then there's that one. Then there's Gatsby.
Well,
Leo.
And to be honest, there's a few lesser obscure ones, but you see them once in a while. The What's Eating Gilbert. Great.
Oh, that's true.
Decaps.
That's a decap deep dive. That's what that is.
You're right.
Decap deep dive.
That's right. So I'm just saying, pound for pound, I think Decap's our meme champion.
He's our meme lord.
Yeah.
I gotta say, maybe a tie for second to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, because I do tend to see a lot of good. The Matt Damon ones especially.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is the Matt Damon from Team America World Police meme. Will always be Matt Damon. Will always be my favorite depiction of him.
But see, Matt Damon has an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Because sometimes his memes are going to conflict with Fat Matt Damon memes.
That's true.
So by default, he's crowbarred into Fat Matt Damon memes, so he gets a double dip in situation.
So does Matt Damon also get the Meth Damon rub?
Yes, he gets that
The
too.
Jesse Plemons rub too?
He does get that too. Any iteration of that is with him.
That's right. All Ben Affleck really ever gave us was just solid frustration.
Yeah.
Which, and honestly, Ben Affleck memes hit different when you're a parent.
Yeah.
I've literally been on the elevator in this building coming up to do voice tracks, and one of my kids has not stopped talking for the entirety of the car ride to get here.
Yeah.
I will sit there in the elevator and just go,
and we're Affleck's kind of got three avenues where his memes strike pay dirt. One is the J-Lo opening the car door, the whole I'm sick of my life memes. There's also the Batman thread.
There's I didn't factor in the Batman thread. I was thinking about the Askewniverse thread.
And then there's maybe a fourth, because the other one, and it's a small run but big enough to be a run. It's the whole Dunkin' Donuts stuff with the hip hop group and all that.
I forgot about the Dunkin' years, couple of years too. It really was.
But still, none hold a candle to Decap.
Yeah. He's just memeable.
He is.
Doggone.
It's a fun. And then we didn't even touch the Wolf of Wall Street stuff.
Well, I dipped a toe into it. Yeah. But I would say, bringing up the rear of celebrity memification, you see a few, and the ones that you see are really good. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, some of the best ones that we've gotten have been Keanu Reeves. I'm trying to remember if he was Good Soup. I don't think that was him. That was somebody else.
I don't know. Another one I just thought of that gets hit hard a lot is the Key and Peele stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
And I said...
By the way, I got... we got to move on here, but I speaking of Key and Peele, I was scrolling yesterday or day before, and they showed one of their old bits from their show, and I forgot how funny it was, because it's obscure enough, but it was all when the zombie Walking Dead thing was a big deal.
Right.
And so they ran into racist zombies. So they're like walking down the street, running away from the zombies, and the zombies don't want to be near them.
Cutting to the other side of the street.
I laugh like the zombie. There's two zombies in a car. The window's broken. They get nearby. It's like, look at that. All of a sudden, the zombie hits over and locks the door.
That's really messed up.
I'm not gonna. I laughed hard, but harder than I should have.
Honestly, Key and Peele, they were so ahead of their time in a lot of different ways in those sketches. Those are all fantastic.
It was good.
There's one that they show on, pops up on YouTube every now and again, and it's the two black guys, but one of them is getting into country music, and he starts playing this song on a guitar, and it's just more and more racist until it gets right to the end. He's like, "Oh no, wait, now I see it."
Oh man, but of course that kind of harkens back to Chappelle Show era days, and comedy just was better then. All right, let me give you the
Make America laugh again.
It was right. All right, let me give you the rundown. Now, we're going manual. So the rundown may call it a jog down, but we're going to get her done one way or another.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We'll get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a bit. Chaves County Manager Bill Williams will join us here in a few minutes, give us an update around the county. Of course, they pushed the county commission meeting up a week. That's why we're a week early. So they met yesterday, so we'll get the highlights from that as well. Later on the hour, we'll do some news, allegedly, and some more ads and maybe some sports and stuff, too.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's right. Well, see what the wind blows or blows out in this case here. All right, it is 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. I'm going to play for you the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like low to mid 80s across our area today. Lots of sunshine, and the wind will stay fairly light. We've got a pretty stable high pressure system overhead. Clear for the overnight hours, and mid to upper 40s. We're in the low to mid 80s and sunny again on Saturday. Nice weather on Saturday night, clear skies and mid 40s, and then low 80s and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Hold on, let me get back over here to my weather. Currently, that's not fresh. That's day-old weather. Here we go. Currently 49 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 33%. Winds are calm at the moment. Another nice day, sunny skies, 83 for a high. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight. Overnight low of 45 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. So weather should be good if you're going out to the Wool Bowl tonight. Light jacket. Well, maybe a thicker jacket by 10 o'clock. You're going to be wanting it. But for Saturday, once again, another nice day. Sunny skies, 83 for a high. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear. Overnight low 46. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny on Sunday with a high of 81. Southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then next week, we're going to be a little cooler. 74 on Monday, 71 Tuesday next week, mid-60s, 66 on Wednesday, and moisture in the forecast for Wednesday night and Thursday, 30% chance. But that is like a week away, and this is southeast New Mexico, so that may just blow away like the tumbleweed, so we'll see how that shapes up. But that's what they're saying right now. All right, it is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then Chaves County Manager Bill Williams will join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Thanksgiving season is here, and Roswell Honda is serving up the savings. Now through November 26th, find huge rebates and discounts across the lot for you to gobble up. Get 3.99% for 60 months on all 2026 Honda CR-V, CR-V Hybrid, or HR-V. 2.99% for 60 months on 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid, or at least the all-new 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid, just $269 a month for 36 months. Plus, get a free soda 12-pack just for stopping by, free pie with a qualified test drive, and a free turkey with purchase. All into savings at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Rio Pecos Medical Associates proudly welcomes Dr. David Fucinari, OBGYN. With advanced training in minimally invasive techniques, Dr. Fucinari is the first in our community to offer robotic surgery for women experiencing heavy or painful periods, pelvic pain, uterine fibroids, and more. Dr. Trevor Miller, Family Practice and Obstetrics, provides prenatal and OB care along with comprehensive primary care for the whole family, including wellness exams, acute visits, chronic disease management, skin procedures, and joint injections. Rio Pecos has expanded care once again by adding pediatrics. We welcome Kim Hansen and Rihanna Shaw, both experienced pediatric nurse practitioners who share our commitment to compassionate, patient-centered care and who have earned the trust of our community over the years. Book your appointment for OBGYN, family practice, or pediatric care online at riopecosmed.com or call 575-622-6322. Rio Pecos Medical Associates, advancing health and wellness for every generation.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
All right, Mr. Gobbles, it's that time of year again. Got any last requests? What? You want a smoking deal on a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle? Mucho dinero for your trade? And your credit pardoned? Well, you're gonna have to go to Roswell Ford.
Hey, Roswell Ford is talking real turkey. With our most aggressive offers in more than 5 years. Right now, get massive savings on new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles with 0% financing and no payments till February 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried that your credit is a little foul? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand financed. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Some wounds need expert care to heal properly. At Artesia General Hospital's Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine Center, we use advanced treatments like hyperbaric oxygen therapy to help chronic wounds heal faster. If you or a loved one has a wound that won't heal, call 575-736-8235 today and take the first step toward recovery.
Taste the flavors of Thailand and beyond at Lemongrass Restaurant in Roswell. Authentic ingredients like holy basil, Thai chili, and kaffir lime. Original recipes including curry, pad Thai and pad see-ew, and egg drop or tom kha soups. Friendly service, authentic flavors, and
a little or a lot of spice, but everything's nice.
Open 11 to 8, Tuesday through Saturday at 610 South Main in Roswell. Call ahead, 575-208-0411. Lemongrass Restaurant in Roswell. The flavors of Thailand, right here at home.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Chaves County Manager Bill Williams back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you a week early.
A week early, yeah. It looks any different?
Well, it's the daylight savings time version.
Maybe
I don't know. Maybe
true.
that's what it is.
It is a wee bit brighter, but
yeah. That's good because I'm still not as bright as most. So
I'm about as sharp as a bowling ball. So, but yes, it's in case the reason for him being a week early, because in fact the county commission meeting had their meeting a week early as well.
Yeah, we had the meeting a week early because you only have so many days between the election and the canvass of the election. I'll get into that a little bit more later. We had a very light agenda. So instead of telling you kind of from beginning to end, I'm going to tell you the end, and then we're going to go back to the beginning. Because that was more.
So we'll eat the meat first and then nibble on the bread on the
Well, the stuff that happened at the beginning, it's probably a little more interesting than the stuff that happened towards the end.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
first, by the way, that's poor planning if you're making a movie.
Yeah,
just
exactly. So, first thing we did, of course, last month we had permission to publish for a public hearing, which we have to do anytime we do one of these things. So, this month we actually had the public hearing for Ordinance O-118. This is really not very exciting stuff.
Well, if we put music behind it, I'm thinking movie again.
Yeah, can you hum
something
for me or
ominous?
something? Yeah. So we had a franchise agreement, a public hearing for a franchise agreement with Roswell County Rural Electrical Cooperative.
Okay.
And they are in the process of doing some of that last mile stuff that they do with the data and internet. And we didn't have a franchise agreement with that entity. We usually try to do a franchise agreement with the staple companies that are here. For instance, the gas company, the XL, CVE. We have franchise, Otero Electric,
Sure.
Lee Electric,
Kind of your
the water companies, people that are regularly and routinely, they live here, they're going to be working in our right-of-ways.
They're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, and we didn't have one with Roosevelt County Rural Electric Telephone Cooperative, and they do need to redo some phone lines in the very northern part of our county. It's only, I think it's less than 10 miles, the total. I think it comes into our county like in 3 places. But there's about 6 people, I think, in northern Chaves County who rely on Roosevelt County Rural Electrical Co-op to get their telephone service. And they actually can't get cell phone service or anything else out there, so they really need a good...
Do they got any...
carrier
empty
pigeons?
land over there for me to move to? I'm just thinking, you can't get a hold of people over there?
You mean to tell me you're done with technology after all this exciting stuff you've had?
I'm just saying, I'll be quiet. I'll just build a little cubby over in the corner, and I'll mind my business and just, because
I feel
they got no cell service.
I feel so bad for you and Sean the last couple of weeks trying to. It's not so much y'all adapt, but trying to adapt the software to what actually works.
There's a reason why I'm bald. That's all I'm saying.
But anyway, the county commission approved that franchise agreement, and now it's got a 30-day cooling off period, if you want to call it that. I mean, a franchise or an ordinance doesn't go into effect for 30 days in case anyone wants to oppose it or anything. Then we'd hear it again. But
gotcha.
It's pretty unlikely anyone cares. But there are a few people in northern Chaves County
at least 6 do, right?
who will at least be able to get one of those crank telephones or something back.
Well, and these are those situations where it's God forbid something happens, and get it. People that live in a rural lifestyle, they are aware of this and have accommodations. But at the end of the day, sometimes you've got to get a hold of someone. So
and they're kind of like you. They're out there because they want to be out there.
Absolutely.
But they do need, in this day and age, so you do need access to the internet and telephone.
And the technology is available where we can get to places remotely via some form of communication.
So and of course, their extension of lines in Roosevelt County, of course, probably takes care of many, many customers. But in Chaves County, it's a very small number. But anyway, we're glad that happened. We also did our holiday schedule for 2026. I'm telling you, this is exciting stuff.
They're preparing the meal for 2026.
So there's one minor change. This is an exciting part of the meeting. There was one minor change on the holiday schedule. Commissioner Dana asked if we could switch. New Year's Day is on a Thursday this year.
Okay.
And so it's...
So does that make Christmas on a Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. Because they're always on the same day.
It's really awkward, to have a day off on Thursday, but then you come back on Friday. And, and so you'd say, well, maybe we put 2 days together here and have a extra long weekend, especially that time of year.
We're all sick all of a sudden.
So we did Thursday, Friday, and then, for that holiday. And she says, you know what? I'm a mother, and Christmas time is when everybody's traveling and all that. Can we take away that extra day at New Year's and give Christmas Eve so that we can get an earlier start on Christmas and Christmas travel?
Yeah, that
was a very
crazy.
simple amendment to it. And so, like I say, that was kind of the exciting part of our meeting yesterday, the meeting itself. We had a small budget adjustment for an agreement. I think it was $186,000 for the Cultural Plaza between the state of New Mexico and Chaves County. And, of course, if you haven't seen the Cultural Plaza, it's coming together pretty nicely over on Virginia and 4th behind the courthouse.
The bathrooms have
been set.
They're done.
They were prefabricated.
Yeah.
They're a 3-holer on each side, so it's not just a one.
Back in the military, that's a bomber, that's a pilot, co-pilot, and bombardier.
Okay, good to know. So we've got those in place. The stage area is already built up, and they're starting to build the walls around it. There will be another shaded event space, and then the path all around the center and some grassy area, and of course the big wall all the way around to kind of help with the railroad noise. We all know if you're standing anywhere near there with a 10-foot wall or not, when the train goes by, you're just going to have to grin and bear it till they're passed. But it does help a little bit, and that's part of the plan.
Sure. Okay.
So it's coming along real well. There's a lot goes into something like that. You think, well, just level it off and put some pavement down there and you're done. But there's a lot of sprinkler lines, electrical lines, all the things that...
And Earth does things what Earth does, and so you have to mitigate for some of that stuff,
Right.
Everything erosion, water moves dirt in all kinds of places, and when the water does hit there, how's it going to move the dirt? We have to plan for that.
That's a really good point, because we actually had to elevate the north end of that lot. I want to say it was 16 or 18 inches to make sure that we run the water off the right direction, make sure we don't create any problems for the neighborhood. There's a lot goes into something like that.
It's I know a lot of us maybe played like SimCity games on the grid. It's like, I just lay down the road, tick, click, click. It don't work that way in real life. They gotta actually make sure, because and to be honest, if you don't, you'll see the problems that, for instance, just to give people back where I grew up in Maryland, it was swampland.
Yeah.
And so you really have to fill dirt to get. Well, they built a big mall near in our hometown there, and they spent like 3 years filling dirt. They built the mall. That thing still sunk like 3 inches.
Oh my gosh.
And that's an expensive fix. So that's why they got to plan ahead for that very reason.
Yeah, thank God for civil engineers. So rounding out our exciting agenda items, we had out-of-state travel for the sheriff's department. They had 2 out-of-state travels. I mean, this was an exciting meeting. One was to send one of their lieutenants to investigation school, CSI Miami Road or whatever you'd call it in Chaves County.
Sure. Detective school?
Something along those lines. Yeah, I'm not real sure. But
does it come with a magnifier?
Yeah, and the little pipe.
That's right.
No, we have one deputy who will be attending something to increase his ability to serve the public.
We're joking, but it's a very good thing. Yeah.
And I probably have the entire thing wrong, but the sheriff will correct that when he comes in next week. But he's going to San Francisco or somewhere out in California for that. And then the second out-of-state travel requested by the sheriff was they go to Reno for the sheriff's annual convention, sheriff's convention or something along those lines.
Okay.
So anyway, they'll be doing that. That was the meat of our commission meeting.
That was the substance of it. So.
Now I'm going to back up and tell you about the fun stuff.
All right.
And the good stuff, the interesting stuff.
There we go.
So the first thing that we did yesterday was we had a proclamation for electrical linemen. So it was Lineman Appreciation Day. I think it was September 1st. I think it was. The XL Electric came and they had
And I think it's like a whole month, the Lineman Appreciation Month, and then they have the single day as part of that month, too.
And I think Lineman Appreciation Month might be in May when I did the research.
So they're different months.
So when I did the research for this particular proclamation, I believe it was May, but I went to a meeting with XL. I think it was September 1st. It was at the Institute, and they brought in people from all parts of their company, and they explained all the different things that they do and ongoing stuff and how they're trying to build their portfolio of electrical services and all that. And they had individuals from each different division, including the linemen. And as I was sitting there, I happened to think, every time we have an ice storm or a snowstorm or huge winds or heat or whatever.
Anytime the weather stinks, guess what?
You can drive by. Somebody's power goes out. Those linemen are out there working under the most adverse of conditions. And my wife and I, we always comment, man, those guys, it's amazing. And they do that, get the power restored so
Absolutely.
quickly.
And not to mention...
And then we forget about it until next time there's an ice storm and nothing happens. So I was sitting at that meeting and thinking, we need to make this public. And when we're not noticing them is when we need to recognize them.
Absolutely.
So we did a proclamation just, explaining how big of heroes they are to our community.
Not only out there when the weather stinks, but they're really doing the most dangerous work because, I don't think you have to be an electricity expert to know that water and electricity are two things that do not go well together. And the weather, whether it's snow or rain or wind for that matter, those are major safety hazards. So these guys are literally putting their lives on the line just to make sure your lights come on and your heat comes on. And
we're very fortunate. They do a really good job. I had the numbers there with me yesterday. It's 99% of the time we have electricity. The average time to restoring power is, or the length, I can't remember, but the times were very short.
Sure. And as a guy that works in radio,
you appreciate that?
Well, plus two is they've got to troubleshoot. Yes, you can say something blew up, but you're like, till you get down in the nitty-gritty, I don't know what blew up. It could have been this thing that blew up, and then, oh, by the way, is it the whole So they've got to not only assess what's wrong, but then fix it and and then they do it in that quick time. It's a lot of moving parts in a very dangerous environment. So, yeah.
And kind of like you're mentioning as a radio guy and depending on them and recognizing what all has to go into that.
Yeah.
We also brought up the point that public safety is definitely affected. If the power's out and communications from dispatch to sheriffs to the police, the fire department, whoever it is, if that information is not timely or not consistent, there's a problem. And so by their restoration of the power quickly and efficiently, we make sure that we get the right information to the first providers as quickly as our first responders, as quickly and accurately as we can. And so that was a big part of calling them out as heroes.
Yeah.
So
there could be enough praises sung. So
we had another proclamation yesterday, but I'm going to tell you about some that happened earlier in the week, and I probably should have led with this one. Veterans Appreciation Day was Tuesday.
Yeah,
we had
on Veterans Day.
We had Veterans Appreciation Day, a proclamation. We didn't read it yesterday at the meeting, but we proclaimed Veterans Appreciation Day in Chaves County as the first Tuesday in November,
Absolutely.
The whole thing. And along with that, we reminded people about Operation Greenlight. You'll notice that the Chaves County Courthouse, the Chaves County Administration Building, they're lit up in green for the entire month of November.
Do you have your green light bulbs?
I have my green light bulbs at home.
And I imagine you can go to any local hardware store and probably pick some up if you don't. You just tell them, hey, you got the green light bulbs, and they'll probably point you either for Veterans Day or whatever it is.
Yeah, and we put them in our fixtures on our front porch of the house. When November's over, we take them out, put them in a cupboard right there close by the door, and I have no idea how many years that's going to last. Probably longer than me.
I would think, because they're LED.
They're LED.
They never die.
You don't break the filament taking them in and out.
I would go ahead and just put them in your will now. So bequeath the kids your green light bulbs.
I have 2 kids. I have 2 light bulbs for the porch. I'll give each of them.
Perfect.
Man.
You want to start a fight.
That's for sure. We also had Brian Hotellin is the flood control superintendent.
Gotcha.
He's not the flood commissioner. That's Tim Jennings. But the flood control superintendent, the guy that runs the day-to-day operations at the flood control department, was put up for Floodplain Manager of the Year.
Okay.
By the Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management out of Santa Fe.
Wow,
they said,
quite an honor.
All the work that you're doing here in Chaves County post-flood and pre-flood actually as well, but they recognized how much work has gone into trying to repair infrastructure, how to identify what to fix, how to fix it, how to get it done as quickly and efficiently as possible. And Brian Hotellin won the Floodplain Commissioner of the Year award for the state of New Mexico. And so we're real proud of that.
Yeah.
He didn't know it for a couple of days, and we tried to sneak it in on him, but the guy that nominated him from the state called him and said, so what'd you think about that award? Oh, doggone you.
Let the cat out the bag. Yeah. Oh, well.
So, but anyway, Brian was there yesterday.
Did he act surprised?
Well,
just kidding.
I had invited his family and let them all know he doesn't know. And then before it came, he knew. But,
oh well.
But anyway, that was a fun thing to give him that. The other thing, proclamation-wise, on Election Day, which was November 4th, we also had Election Workers Appreciation Day, and that went on that day.
They are the reason voting goes smooth.
Absolutely, they are. And, of course, we did the canvass of the election as well, so I'm going to get back into that one in a minute. But one of the really exciting things, and it was great for me to do it because she had been a friend of mine for 40 years. Alice Eppers passed away a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah.
And we wanted to do a proclamation for her and her time as a county commissioner. You know, we always try to honor them.
Absolutely.
We try to honor them before they pass, but certainly after they pass.
We appreciate
we want
it
to
when
be
they're
sure
here.
that people know what they contributed to our community. And it was the same thing with Alice. So we had a proclamation in her honor, just letting everybody know, you know, she was instrumental and in the Chaves County Courthouse in the administration building. She was there during those times getting those done. She brought a fresh perspective to the commission. You know, she was one of those that really immersed herself and did really well. We also made the point that she worked for 22 years for two different state or congressional members, Joe Skeen and Steve Pierce, both. She worked for those. She was the Republican Party chair. She did that for a couple of years locally and then stepped down so she could run the statewide portion of that. But she was a wonderful person. Family was first and foremost to her. She worked so much with DWI program and literally reached tens of thousands of people through all the DWI programs and things that she assisted with. So anyway, I personally was very honored
absolutely.
To read that for Alice. And so
hopefully was some of her family able to be there?
Yes, her family was all there.
Good.
And if you knew Alice Eppers, she always had a smile on her face. And that was something really nice to remember. But
well, and also that inspires others because especially because you know as well as anybody, sometimes you get in these meetings, you get things, and it gets knocked down, drag up, but then there's that voice that always and she seems like that. She was that person in the room.
She was very down to earth. I mean, she's a country girl, grew up on a ranch, and she made no bones about it. But she might even chew you out, and you were smiling at the end of it because the way she did it, it was just matter of fact, and it was not personal. But you need to understand what's going on here, and
if you can develop a skill where you have that ability to talk to people regardless, you know, of state, that's a skill. And it sounds like she kind of had that way.
Oh, she absolutely was the best. So, back to the canvass of the election. So we have only a certain number of days to canvass an election, and so Cindy came up and she pointed out that we had the election workers and thanked all the election workers for the wonderful work that they do, and they do it every year. It's just amazing how
it starts at the top with Cindy too, and her staff. I mean,
absolutely,
those volunteers. Yeah, the needle would not move without them. But without her teams and their execution, their planning, and their and by the way, they're doing this year round. I know you all think about it one day. They've been doing this all year.
I mean, they're moving voting machines around, you know, and they have to load them in a trailer. They're big, heavy. You have to move them to each place. You have to verify that they're still working. Everything's good.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of
bring it all back, store it all, and they have to be secure. I mean, they can't just be wide open where you may get there. I mean, there's a lot of rules.
It's not like putting your Christmas decorations away in the shed here. This is a little bit different.
One of the things that Cindy and her team did this year is they had a voting sticker contest. And when you went to vote, you probably noticed there was two stickers. One had a UFO on it, and the other one, I'm trying to remember exactly what was on the other one, because I got the UFO one when I voted. So
it was something with I think it had the R, or was that a different? I got that same one you did. So,
I think the other one might have been more of a Southwest theme with some stuff on it. And I'm sorry I don't remember that. Gosh, I should.
And I like you said, I got the one you got. So I was kind of like...
So it's on my coffee cup. I see it every day. So, but anyway, she recognized the two contestants who won that award.
Cool.
You know, schools from all over.
So those are students that designed it?
Yes.
Cool. Love it.
Schools from all over put in their designs, and they had to choose two, and they did. And they said that they're going to continue to keep that
a tradition
going, and she encouraged whoever replaces her as clerk, she asked that they would keep that going, because it's such a great community thing. It involves the young people, hopefully helps them to understand how important voting is, and so I think it was a great thing.
And by the way, you know, I hope you know, when you do go to vote, if you know, whether it's early or not, obviously, age appropriate on this, but take your kids with you and show them the process. And I remember now, granted, when I was younger, that was of the days when you went into that little curtain room with the switches. And so you had
let the kids pull the lever to close the curtain.
And so there was a lot more fun for the kids to play with on that one. But that's how I learned it. And I literally going in with my dad, that little curtain, and standing there, and he's like, "Who do you think? I'm thinking this person, and this is why. What do you? Okay, now flip that lever." And he did.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. And I think every parent should spend some time doing
and then we had that one portion where the hanging chads, where she'd bring a kid and say, "Hey, you have better eyes than I do. Is everything clear?"
And for nothing else, let them make sure your dot is circled in and the thing. You know what? Because I'm of that age now. I don't have any kids. I might drag somebody's grandkid or something. Hey, I might need to rent your kid to help me read the eyeball thing next time. So thanks. That's a good tip.
So we had the canvass of the election, and the commissioners approved the canvass. Sort of.
Okay.
So they approved the canvass as presented by Cindy. However, there were two races. I believe it's 50 votes. If they're within 50 votes of each other, there's automatic recount by the state.
We had a couple of those this time, yeah.
I believe she said there were two, and I believe she said it was 50 votes. If they're within 50 votes of one another, it's an automatic recount. You don't have any say in it. So there are two races that have that.
Okay.
And because of that, those two races will have to be canvassed again.
Okay.
And so, because of timing and everything, as soon as they get that information back, we
so
only
those,
have a
those
certain
are the ones
number of days.
So those two are not official yet. They're unofficially official.
Unofficially official.
Yeah.
But so we had to set up another special meeting. We'll do that on December 5th.
Okay.
And the only item that I'm aware of, at least now, is to canvass those two auto recount elections.
And I'm trying to think of the two races off the. It was Ward 3 or Ward 4. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was either Ward 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, if you name enough, you'll get it right.
I don't think it was a school board race. It was one of the, I want to say it was, I think it's one of the Alicia Gilmore is one of the candidates.
Yes, I believe so.
I can't remember if that's 3 or 4, and this is where I'm muddy on it. I'm sorry. I'm Ward 2, so I didn't really have a choice. I had one candidate.
But so they're going to do that early next month, as soon as the recount's supposed to come in on the 2nd, I think, and so they wanted to get it out of the way, and so they'll have a very quick meeting just to say yes, we agree with those numbers, or no, we don't agree with those numbers.
Yeah.
Also, we had one other special meeting week before. As I talked about last time, Senate seat number 33 was vacated by Nicholas Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And so Chaves County, Otero County, and Lincoln County all had special meetings to put forth a name. People put forth, they self-nominate, and they ask to be considered to replace that person in the Senate. And so Chaves County had their meeting on the 5th. Yes, the 5th. Have to stop and
you
think.
slipped in. I hear you. Because to be honest, Election Day seems like a year ago.
It does, doesn't it? Everything has happened all within the last 2 weeks.
I'm like, that was like a year ago we did.
So we had Election Day on the 4th. On the 5th, we had a special commission meeting, and we had 10 people request consideration, but 2 of them were out of district. But we had 8 actual top quality people asking, hey, would you consider me for this role?
Gotcha.
And it was a difficult thing. Each one of the 8 presented why they wanted to be.
So basically, you don't think a bad choice was between any of the 8 of them, to be honest.
No. Yeah. And oddly enough, if the governor has to choose who this is. Mm-hmm. So if you send one name forward, the governor has no choice. She has to pick that person off the list.
The more you send, the more choices you get.
The more choices. And as it turned out this time, 3 counties were involved. 3 separate names were sent up.
Okay.
So Chaves County interviewed everyone. They talked about their resume and what they would do. The commissioners asked them questions. There were people from the public that spoke up on their behalves.
Sure.
We even had one that attended by phone because he's an attorney and he had a trial. You know how long it takes to get a trial in front of the judge, and you don't want to say, well, I can't be there Tuesday.
Yeah. There's a lot of mountains moved to get that.
And so we made arrangements that he could phone in, and he did his stuff via telephone.
Okay.
And I mean, he really went the extra mile to make sure that he got his voice out, his point across.
I think if you're an unprepared attorney, you're probably not a good attorney.
That's probably true. But of all the candidates, they were all great candidates. They all brought different things to the table. Our county commission sent forth the name of Rex Wilson.
Okay.
He's a former Lincoln County commissioner. He served 2 terms in Lincoln County Commission.
He knows the territory.
He's a rancher, but probably one of the biggest things that they considered about him is he's a healthcare expert.
Okay.
He spent a career with Presbyterian. Well, I don't know that his whole career was with Presbyterian, but anyway, he worked for Presbyterian. He was the regional director of Presbyterian
so his
Healthcare
voice
or
in some of
something.
those circles might be very
And
beneficial.
as we know, I just saw a report yesterday that New Mexico is now the top state again for medical malpractice suits. We way exceed everybody else's number of suits per 1,000 people.
Well,
and that's one of the things we need to get healthcare in New Mexico under control for all of us.
And to be honest,
and to get doctors.
That if you're wondering why you have to go to Texas to go see things, it's that this is part of that problem there. It really is. I mean, I know I've seen several healthcare professionals, even in our own Roswell community, talk about the difficulties they're dealing with as far as that kind of thing.
And you know, Santa Fe has a problem with trial lawyers managing what comes out of the legislature and getting the ability to reach into the taxpayer's pocket and take money for these frivolous lawsuits. And there's, whether it's medical malpractice, whether it's civil rights, you know, the list goes on and on of the things that they've set up so that they can.
If we can get a few more voices, the experts in the legislature talking about that, that's a good thing.
I think that's very important, and the health care, of course, is huge. For us.
So let me ask the question. Now, so the governor's getting 3 names.
Yeah, and the other 2 names, Otero County selected John Block, wonderful state representative currently.
He's been on the. He's done a lot of work in this. I think his name's a little bit more known than.
Yeah, he's done an awful lot of work. He's done a great job. He speaks eloquently. He tells what's on his mind. He doesn't back down.
He wouldn't be a bad choice.
He certainly is not a bad choice. Yeah. Otero County chose him, and Lincoln County chose Mark Fisher, who's their current chairman of the Board of Commissioners.
Okay.
Mark has worked here. He worked with Mystic here in New Mexico, retired military.
Okay, so
you know,
he's got
a whole background.
A knowledge base on that, too.
And they put his name forward. So we have Rex Wilson, John Block, and Mark Fisher for the governor to choose from.
So we've got
three names.
Sounds like 3 quality individuals.
Absolutely, they're all great.
So does the governor have some kind of standard she has to use to pick, or is it randomly whatever floats her boat? I mean, does she have any criteria to meet to pick a name?
Well, I would hope so, but you know, I certainly don't know. But I know
I didn't know if there was like a checklist.
It's at her discretion at this point, and you know that's why the county commissioners choose. You know, if one county's involved, they send one name. She has no choice but to appoint that person.
Right.
But with 3 names, I assume she'll do some interviews. You know, see what each one of them is about.
Okay.
And then
I was curious, like how much legwork happens after that.
As we know, politics will, you know, come into play. We're all a conservative community down here, and
that's what I was saying.
Mark Fisher, you know, he's chairman of the Lincoln County Board. He's worked exhaustively with Chaves County, Lee County. All of us have banded together, and anytime one of us has an issue, we all help each other out, and our counties communicate well, and we fight the same fights, if you want to say that. And Mark Fisher's been spearheading a lot of that.
Yeah, and
he's certainly a conservative person. John Block, I believe, currently is considered to be the most conservative member of the House. So that will come into play.
Sure.
Rex Wilson is also a conservative man. So, you know, that's all going to come into play. She has to choose one of those 3, but I'm certain that whatever her criteria is would probably be different than what my criteria might be if I was
I didn't know if there was a set
interviewing.
standard. Like they said, they've got to do this because I mean, you and I know what's going to happen. Ideally, I would hope that she looks at the candidates and says, okay, based on their skill sets, this person would be more beneficial in our legislative body. Now I know, and I was born at night, but not last night.
What color is the sky in your world?
Right. But I know she's going to be like, okay, which one can I manipulate or work with, to use a different term maybe,
Yeah.
but one that's going to play ball with what I want versus what the people that this person represents wants.
or the least offensive to my objectives, whatever, because I believe that all three of these opportunities for our people would be good opportunities for our people. I don't believe any of them are going to sway too far. They're all good, ethical, solid leaders,
right?
And I think they're going to vote their heart always. They're going to listen to their constituents, but still,
I'll say
she's going to determine which one she thinks is going to be the least.
And that's what I'm thinking. Is Block, because let's just say he's stirred a pot or two.
He's a huge thorn in her side.
And so I'm
glad.
But what I'm saying is, does he legitimately have a chance at this point, or is that name like, oh, who, what? Yeah.
Well,
we're gonna get. You know what I mean?
I would hope that each of these individuals all had an equal chance. But honestly. I don't know.
And when they're at the podiums, everybody does have an equal chance. But you and I know that's not true.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit here and just like, oh yeah, that's what's going to happen.
But anytime, and what's interesting is Michael Perry brought up the point that the previous 16 years, Chaves County Commission Board of Commissioners has not had to appoint anyone, and since he's been on, we've had to do 5.
But say now that the experts,
it's like, oh my gosh.
You know what? There's probably going to be another lull, and then like 10 years from now, they're going to have another rash, and they're going to have to go talk to these folks and say, hey, what'd you do back in 25 with all that, 24 with all this?
And the other counties, because they haven't done it as often as we have, they've reached out. How did you guys do this last time and the time before and the time before?
You're not going to be the midterm swap out emeritus.
I'm sorry to say we've kind of become somewhat of experts on how to do this process here. Yeah. And once we decide whose name we're going to send forth, I sent it to the chief clerk of the Senate, and I sent it to the governor's office. Last time when we sent one to the governor's office, don't do that. You send it to the chief clerk of the House in the last case when that happened. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Sorry, we do this all the time.
So anyway, this time I tried to do that, and they said, no, you need to send it to the governor. I said, tell you guys what, we're sending it to both of you by mail, and I'm going to send it to you electronically, and I'm going to make a few phone calls.
That's right.
And so they certainly knew who we suggested.
And I'm going to send it priority mail so I get a signature receipt.
If you've ever sent anything to Santa Fe, you know that is a very critical.
Absolutely, yeah. Point. You cannot say I lost it in the mail. That does not work in that way.
Anyway, that's what's been going on in Chaves County in the last month. It's been pretty busy. We've got a lot going on. Hopefully, things are going good.
Absolutely. Well, of course. For next month, with the December, the Christmas holiday, everything normal there, or as far as date times?
Yeah,
and all that?
The timeline is the same, and of course we'll be able to report on the recanvass of the two.
Yeah, we'll have a final on that one.
So we'll do that. We'll do the regular meeting, and the December meeting typically is also a pretty laid back meeting.
Gotcha.
But we won't know till the meeting gets here, till we get all the agenda items. They can change quickly overnight, and will. So everything's moving ahead.
Excellent. Well, Bill, as always, appreciate it. If I don't see you between now and then, have a great Thanksgiving holiday with you and your family, and we'll talk to you next month, if not sooner.
Thank you very much.
All right, it is 8:58. I'm trying to find my news.
Good luck.
There it is. Here's your news before more news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Artesia Infrastructure Director told City Council members this week that the time for water rate averaging is coming up. Your water rate is calculated based on the amount that you use during the months of November through January. So if you lower your usage during these months, it can often lead to lower costs throughout the rest of the year. The City Council also approved a budget adjustment for renovations for additional costs at the old police station. Another budget adjustment had to be made in the upcoming purchase of city IT equipment. The next Artesia City Council meeting is scheduled for November 25th. A federal grand jury has now charged 5 men in connection to an alleged scheme to steal crude from New Mexico oil fields and sell it from a yard in Carlsbad. Maxwell Sterling Jensen, Thomas Reese, Christopher Ortega, Christian Contreras Varela, and German Ortiz Santiano face charges of conspiracy, interstate transportation of stolen property, and aiding and abetting in connection with thefts between March and August of this year. The FBI field office in Midland, Texas, said it learned of the scheme in June when a confidential informant said he learned Jensen allegedly was offering to pay employees of oil production companies for crude oil. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Ukraine came under heavy attack early this morning as Russia launched more than 400 drones and 18 missiles. 6 people were killed, 36 wounded. The attack hit the capital Kiev as well as 2 other cities. The BBC's Sue Montgomery has more.
President Zelensky accused Moscow of calculated attacks aimed at causing maximum harm to people and civilian infrastructure. He said the military had struck back overnight using a type of long-range Ukrainian cruise missile.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents could be deployed to Charlotte, North Carolina as soon as this weekend. It's the latest U.S. city preparing for a potential immigration crackdown by the Trump administration. Americans will be allowed to contribute more of their money to 401k and similar retirement saving plans starting next year.
The IRS says the maximum contribution for 401k, 403b, and most 457 plans will rise to $24,500. That's up from $23,500 this year. The IRS also raised the annual contribution limits for IRAs to $7,500. Those changes aim to help retirement savers set aside more income, especially older workers who started saving later in life. Bob Agnew reporting.
Walmart will be getting a new CEO early next year. Doug McMillon will retire at the end of January after leading the company since 2014. Company says that the current head of U.S. operations, John Furner, will take over as the chief executive of the nation's largest retailer. Officials in Gaza say that Israel has returned the bodies of 15 Palestinians. They were returned after Hamas militants handed over the body of one of the last 4 remaining Israeli hostages. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
The British Broadcasting Corporation has apologized to President Trump over a misleading edit that angered the White House and prompted a presidential legal threat. Here's correspondent Ed Donahue.
The BBC says Chair Samir Shah sent a personal letter to the White House. He apologized but strongly disagreed there was a basis for a defamation lawsuit. The president's lawyer threatened a $1 billion lawsuit. The dispute was sparked by an edition of the BBC flagship current affairs series Panorama, broadcast days before the 2024 election. The edits were from a speech on the day of the Capitol riot. A third-party production company made the film and spliced together 3 quotes from 2 sections of the speech into what appeared to be one quote. This is White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The president has made it very clear that this is a leftist propaganda machine that is unfortunately subsidized by British taxpayers.
I'm Ed Donahue.
News and analysis at townhall.com. Changes are coming to Doritos and Cheetos.
PepsiCo says it's launching toned-down versions of its bright orange snacks that won't have any artificial colors or flavors. Doritos and Cheetos Simply NKD will hit store shelves December 1st. It's part of a much broader shift underway at the company that announced in April it would accelerate a planned transition to using natural colors in its foods and beverages. Jason Walker reporting.
3 Chinese astronauts have returned from their nation's space station after a 9-day delay. The delay was caused by tiny cracks in their return capsule, likely from being hit by space debris. The astronauts had been on a 6-month rotation and were originally scheduled to return earlier this month. China's space program has made steady progress since 2003, including launching a space station. More at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace and Viernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Welcome to Friday.
Indubitably.
Yeah, big sports weekend Friday.
Yep.
Of course, for those following along in the Goddard Lady Rocket playoff run for volleyball, they did win 3-1 yesterday.
Yep.
Advanced to the next round of their state playoffs. That game will happen at 4 p.m. this afternoon-ish. It is a tournament, so sometimes those start a little late, especially like if it's an early game.
Right.
Those start pretty on time, but sometimes depending on courts. Now, yesterday
things get more and more pushed back.
Now, that being said, yesterday I think they were pretty on time out there, so so it probably will start closer to scheduled time. But at 4 o'clock, the Lady Rockets will take on. I don't have the thing in front of me, but they'll play their next round here. That game will be available for you, audio only, on our website, ksvptv.com, in the Goddard Rocket channel. Beginning at 4 o'clock, you'll hear that. Chris Deck is there in Rio Rancho, bringing you all the action there from that. If the Lady Rockets win this afternoon, then they will play again at 2 o'clock.
I can tell you, yes, they'll play at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Today, they're taking on Hope Christian.
Thank you.
At 4 o'clock.
Yes, and so if they win today, they'll play at 2 o'clock tomorrow. If they lose, it's a double elimination tournament. That would be their first loss, so they would play their next game at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Right.
If I remember right. I'm doing this off the cuff. And then if they win at 10, then they play again at 2, and then I think they play again at 4. And 6, or maybe
all we have on the calendar right now is the game for today.
Yeah. So, but anyway, whatever happens today and tomorrow, we will bring that to you on ksvptv.com in the Goddard Lady Rocket channel.
Yes.
The one exception there, or not exception, addition there will be if the Lady Rockets do make it to the state championship game. That game will take place at 6 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday. If they go, we will have that game for you right here on the radio. You will also be able to catch it on the way you've been catching it all week. No problem. But in addition, we'll add there. Now, the reason why we're not bringing you the other games on the radio is because, like tonight, we're going to have Roswell Coyote play football as they are hosting the Berlin Eagles. That game will be also right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Pregame will start at 6:30 p.m. Kickoff is at 7. You can also watch that game. We did manage to win a 27-man battle royale just to purchase the rights for that one. We came on top with a suplex to the...
it was actually pretty intense.
It was good.
At one point, they had us out of the ring, but we walked on our hands, so our feet never actually touched the floor.
That's right. They didn't know we've been playing Floor is Lava game with our couches for 100 years.
That's right.
That paid off the other day. But anyway, we did manage to procure the rights for that, so we will have the Roswell Coyote and Berlin Eagles matchup video as well, ksvptv.com and the Coyote channel. On Saturday, the Goddard Rockets will play their playoff matchup as they have to travel to Lovington to take on the Wildcats. That's a 4-seed Lovington versus the 5-seed Goddard Rockets. That game is unfortunately audio only, but we'll have it for you right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM on Saturday with pregame starting at 12:30. Kickoff will be at 1300, 1 p.m. for you non-military types. And that game, Chris Roybal will be calling that one because Chris Deck obviously isn't in town. He's working volleyball and he does not have the... that split ability to split his DNA.
Not yet.
We're
actually hoping for that technology by next season.
Right. I heard there's a ninja version that we can purchase.
What it is we're going to have, basically, he's going to call the entire game, but through Sora 2.
Yes.
Sometimes his hand's going to glitch through his body. It'll be a little weird.
It'll be weird. Yeah, we kid. No, it won't be. But they'll bring that game for you. Unfortunately, Lovington, they have the video rights, so we can't do video. But we will have audio for you again right here on 106.5. There will be audio only on the video channel for KSVP for at ksvptv.com for the Goddard Rocket broadcast as well too. And then, like I said, on Saturday, if the Lady Rocket volleyball team does advance to the state championship game, we will also have that for you Saturday night. So we could have a bevy of sports action. Just all depends here on what happens with the Lady Rockets. Now, pull back the curtain. We also are covering the Artesia Lady Bulldog, their road to the state championship as well. It's the same bracket, just different sides. At least for today, until somebody loses. But then things get squirrely. But we will have that game for you on again on ksvptv.com, audio only, just like Goddard, in the Artesia Bulldog channel.
Right. And then Sunday at 10 a.m., don't forget to catch the Chavez County All-Pro Bocce Ball Association. We'll be holding their tournament. Just in case you haven't had enough.
Yeah. Well, and
the All-Pro Pecos Valley Borscht Makers Association is getting together for their cook-off.
I will tell you, though, I think basketball state tournament time and softball / baseball state tournament time is a lot more moving parts in this one. Now, this one's got a lot, but it ain't like that.
It's because we're in that kind of weird transition time where football's starting to wrap up. Basketball's not quite here yet, but we still got volleyball as like a connective sinew tissue.
And of the two, I would argue softball, baseball is worse than basketball because softball is like volleyball. When they get to their state playoffs, they go double elimination too. And so that makes a bracket. I know it's fun for the action and all that, but when you're trying to track a tournament and go to who game where, it is.
You're dealing with real world schedules.
Yeah, you got a degree. And then if you ever seen one of the actual brackets, they start color coding like M18. And so you're like, okay, loser M18 plays winner M22. I'm like, who, where, what? All right, that's this. Okay, I think it's these two teams. And so
unless it's raining, and in which case it's M13 and C64.
So it gets a little muddy. But
they sunk my battleship.
But softball and baseball, that playoff season, I think, is just because the softball is double, that kind of adds another wrinkle. And because and so in theory, not to mention we cover Artesia, Goddard, and Roswell. And if all three teams are good, or all six teams, in essence, we're saying here, if they are making state playoffs, that is a whole bevy of games we got to manipulate time, and we have it. So that one gets the most cluster.
On a skeleton crew.
Based off past experience here. But so this one's on a scale of 10, just Armageddon, to 1, chilling. This is about a 5.
Yeah.
So
I will tell you that in addition to all of the other chaos, the nonsense, I shouldn't say nonsense, the playoff action, take a break. Just give yourself a chance to take a break from all the action. It'll be there waiting for you at ksvptv.com when you need it. Head over to Assumption Catholic Church tomorrow and Sunday because they've got their annual Christmas Bazaar. And they're going to be doing some stuff to raise money for the church. They're going to have Christmas and fall items, handmade crafts. I got to tell you, I have gotten so much good use out of this thing right here.
I don't know if she meant to leave that for us.
I don't know if she did or not, but I'm going to.
And unfortunately, I think she's knee deep in soup right now, making soup.
She literally.
So she may not be listening.
Yeah.
But you either accidentally or thank you for the gift of.
I'll pay you for it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Our guest last hour. He used it as a stand for his notes, and he was like, "This is convenient and very handy." I've had multiple raves of our handmade cell phone homework.
It's handy,
which you can find at the bazaar tomorrow.
For the record, I've been using this guy to hold my phone up for the last year or so. This thing is great.
Yeah,
but they're going to have handmade
items out there. But that being said, if you left it here, want it back, we will.
We got it for you.
Of course, get it.
If it's like a prototype or something, if you're going to Shark Tank with it, they're going to have some amazing homemade soups out there, baked goods. St. Nick's going to be out there taking pictures with the kiddos.
Yes.
They're going to be raffling off a money wreath, a full-size handmade quilt, and a grandfather clock with gift cards as a bonus.
And I believe the money wreath has $500+ on it. So, pro tip, before you display the wreath, take the money off. Unless you're being charitable. Then your neighbors will thank you.
Yes.
But
or leave it on there as a test to just how good your neighborhood is. If you got a Ring camera, you'll figure it out.
If you're hoping for the wreath back, you're not going to get it. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you the answer to that one right now.
Some masked man runs up and grabs your wreath.
We have your wreath. If you want it back, you must answer a series of questions.
Yeah.
But yes, that's happening tomorrow from 9 to noon and Sunday from 9 to 1 at the Assumption Catholic Church.
And every person in this building or in our office, not the whole building, we didn't have that much soup, but everyone in this office can attest you're going to be pleasantly amazed with the corn chowder. Yes. I will go on a limb if all the other soups are going to be equally amazing. I remember there's going to be pozole, there's
green chili stew.
I know farmers, like if you love farmers green chili stew, that's going to be available.
Yep.
Pozole. I think she mentioned someone's going to
clam chowder
or Italian wedding.
No, Italian wedding.
Yeah,
Italian wedding.
Which I love a good Italian wedding soup too.
I love a good Italian wedding. They're all just chock full of drama.
I'm trying to think if I've been to an Italian wedding.
Somebody's going to get thrown out of a window. Probably.
I've been to a half Italian wedding.
Oh,
my brother, he married an Italian lass.
See, that's when you're marrying the female side. Yeah. That's one thing, but when you're marrying if the husband's side's Italian, that's an Italian wedding.
Like I've experienced Italian Christmas meals and holiday meals, and I don't care what the rest of us do. You don't do it like the Italians do it. You are eating, and it's literally dish after dish of seafood and pasta and everything that just makes this gut bomb of deliciousness in your stomach.
Oh, yeah. Where afterwards, you're literally just quoting the commercial. I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Yeah. I when it comes to eating, the Italians do it right.
Doggone right they do.
I mean, forget about it on the other stuff.
Forget about it.
But I'm not going to lie. Other pull back the curtain. I remember, and I think I've told a little bit about this, years ago. It was during a holidays, a Christmas thing. And so we were all in Maryland visiting. And so we all did a trip up to New Jersey to go spend time with Dana, my sister-in-law's family, the Italian family. And so we got there, and to be honest, my wife and I, this was young in our marriage. I maybe in our first 5 years of marriage, and it hadn't been long. And so they got to be, and I knew what was to expect because I grew up East Coast.
Sure.
And I knew what was going on here, but nonetheless, I enjoy it immensely just sitting in the room and doing it. My wife,
but
my wife, and if you know my wife, she's got that East Texas drawl.
Yeah, southern charm.
Yeah. And so my wife Kim and let's just say it. What something that would look coming straight out the cast of Sopranos are in a holiday room together, and each are looking at and talking about each other like they're some weird alien from the planet or Zornak or something. I mean, it's just
Aunt Cheryl told me about how you and Mike met.
Well, and just to set the table of what I'm just sitting on the couch because I'm a people watcher, and this is amazing.
Just sitting there with a cup of eggnog, taking it in.
And so you got, and of course, like an Italian family, they're loud. And there's a lot of them, and
Sure.
so
16 conversations happening around you at the same time.
There's Dana, my sister-in-law, her brother, my brother, I guess technically not brother-in-law. Once I don't know how they call all that, but anyway, her brother, and then it's her wife, her brother's wife, and then there's her mom, the grandma. There was another sibling of the grandma's. Her husband passed, boyfriend that was longtime boyfriend, almost like husband, but not like her
common law.
Yeah, they died a lot. It was but anyway, it was a whole room full of basically a tie. And then there's Kim, and they are just talking, doing. Ma, where's the sauce? Hey, Ma,
did you cut that gravy?
Yeah, and then Kim, and then they're like, hey, and Kim's quiet. She's not. She's not a boisterous person.
Right.
And so she's not even going to get involved. She's going to be sitting there. But then they'll ask Kim a question. Hey, you like pizza? What kind, whatever it is. And she's like, well, and then they're like, what? And then she said, Mike? And then they're like, what? And so they're making fun of her. And then the whole time my wife is like, who are these people to make fun of me? Listen to them. And it is amazing.
Oh, I just imagine that as soon as they hear her say your name, it turns into the seagull scene from Finding Nemo.
Right.
Mike. Everybody has to try it.
Yeah. And no, don't get me wrong. I mean, everyone was nice and it was
sure.
But just to see the cultural differences collide on a Christmas in that room, and Italians. They love hard, but they fight hard.
Yes,
you know what I mean? They love you hard, but man, they'll punch you right in the gut when when time is when opportunity provides. And so she got to experience that quote unquote New York mindset a little bit,
So all that to say though, Italian wedding soup going to be one of the options.
Fine, delicious.
At the Christmas bazaar. Oh, it's fantastic.
And the part that makes me laugh in all of this too, and this is, I'm not trying to, because my mother-in-law is the most amazing woman I ever know. And she's very smart, very intelligent, and very not rubish. But she, to this day, says, I'm Italian, and it drives me bonkers. Instead of Italian, and it drives me bonkers.
Oh, you're going to have some of that Italian food? Now, what I'm just picturing for some reason is literally that scene from, is it Godfather 2 or 3, where you got like 3 boiling pots back here. You got one dude with a hairnet and a wife beater cutting a garlic with a razor blade to get it that razor thin. Like, that's just all happening while Kim's just sitting there, just hands in lap, just looking around, just taking it in.
It was just the funnest day, just to sit back and watch the worlds collide and everything else. And
that is a clash of styles and cultures for sure.
And then it gets into where the mom, the grandma likes her wine, and then the families, stop off the wine. It's a whole thing. I was gonna say, if you ever watched The Bear. Did you watch all of it?
I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched I watched most of season 1.
Well, this one, because I don't think this is in season 1.
Okay.
I think it's in season 2.
But I know how the family, like there's an element of the family.
For people that watch The Bear and are familiar with that show, there's one particular episode that kind of defines the whole thing. And it's one of these episodes where they go back to before the brother was still alive, and it was at this particular Christmas. And this is where Jamie Lee Curtis loses it and drives the car through there's a whole. So basically, and this is kind of the main character's last home memory before he goes off to be a chef and all that. And so, but this episode, and it goes from just the typical Italian dinner until too much drink, too much real feelings come out and things happen. But up until that point, that's what a typical Italian. I mean, until they start crashing through in the drinking, but just the loudness, the food, and that's exactly what it was like there at that house until the other stuff. But if anybody watches The Bear, that's the only thing I could kind of give a visual to.
The chaos of just conversation here, conversation here, and then there's that one guy. The guy in the middle is like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and so it's kind of. Is our guest here?
Haven't seen them yet, but they're with the library, so they tend to be quiet enough.
Okay, so they're quiet people, but although it makes me laugh, there's a commercial, and I don't even remember what it was, but two people are talking, and they're promoting, I think it's Verizon or one of these phone companies, and they're in the library, and of course the library shush them every time they talk, but then as soon as the librarian gets all loud when they get into the thing, and they try to shush her, and she's like, shushing. But anyway.
Shush me, I'm the shusher.
Yeah, anyway.
I am the one who shushes.
But anyway, real quick though, I would like to point out, before I decide to play an interview, unless our guest shows up, I did find a new Netflix show that I would like. Now, this is going to hit. This is not going to be one that initially people are going to say, Mike, you're now getting into your boring history world. But I will say, no, this is more interesting than you think it is.
Okay.
It premiered, at least, I don't know if it's all of it. It's a mini-series event. There's 4 episodes on Netflix right now. I've seen the first 2.
Okay.
I have not watched the other 2 to determine if there's more coming or that's it. But it's the series, the limited series is called Death by Lightning.
Okay.
And it is telling the story of, and they kind of start out at the beginning like, this is a story of 2 men in history that everyone's forgotten about. And it is Charles Guiteau and
James Garfield.
And James Garfield, President James Garfield.
Okay.
And it kind of goes into and pull back the curtain, Guiteau assassinates Garfield.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Sorry. But it tells that story.
It actually happened in history, so yeah.
But so it kind of in the story in the first 2 episodes, it's paralleling how Garfield becomes president and how Guiteau's in the picture, and so it's kind of going where Guiteau's world, and then and now that, and there's some actors that, now this is where I'm going to botch it because I forget everybody's names, but there's some the big name actor, and his name went right out of my window, right out of my head right now, but he plays in the bad guy in Superman. He's also in the Waco thing.
So Matthew McFadden?
No, not him.
Okay, Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon is Garfield.
Okay.
The other name you mentioned, he is, if you've watched oh crap, my brain is not working today. The HBO show with the business conglomerate. Succession, yes. He plays the brother-in-law in Succession that the daughter marries.
Okay.
He plays Guiteau. And then the guy from West Wing, and also Billy Madison, and the whiny lawyer type in Billy Madison. He's also plays one of the main characters in West Wing. He's also in a bunch of.
He's in Deadpool and Wolverine, apparently.
Yeah,
he's Mobius.
Well, he plays he plays a senator there that's in it too. What's his name? Plays
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman plays
Chester A. Arthur. Yeah,
who's the vice president, who obviously, spoiler alert, ends up becoming president because of what happens here. And to be honest, it's the way they present the story. It's very interesting. It kind of goes into, and of course, back in those days, how the parties nominated a person. They didn't have primaries per se. They'd send delegates to this thing, and they hammer it out till they figure it out. Kind of like you see in ours, but it wasn't kind of working. Nowadays you go vote in the primaries, and that pretty much tells the delegates what to do.
Right.
It was a little not like that back then, and so they'd have knockdown dragouts on who becomes, as the states battle out, who becomes their thing, and so that kind of plays out. The first thing is because the way that the story presents it is that Garfield he was coming to stump for another candidate from Ohio. And he delivered a speech that just blew everybody away. And as the thing matriculated, everyone started backing away, and Grant loses out Garfield for that nomination. So that the first part really kind of explains that, but that also kind of flips side on what's going on in Gitto's world and all that, where he's coming out of debtor's prison, and then kind of how the two worlds collide, and it's just interesting. Like it's and I think if you want to kind of see old school politics in action, it does give you a good barometer of that a little bit.
I'd be curious to check that out.
Now, obviously, it's been dramatized.
My question, why does Nick Offerman keep popping up in all these obscure, historical...
Well, and I'm going to say for this one...
It's the beard.
It is. Nick can present 1800s beard better than most modern actors today. All right, we don't have a guest, right? No. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and play our weather. Let's do weather. And then we'll come back, and then I'll play a break, and we'll decide an interview to play here. But let me get you to our pick. No, that's not what I want. Oh, I need to stop automation. Let me do that. That might be part of the problem here. Let's see. I'm doing 10 things at once on a new system here. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and find some commercials. I'm trying to find... Oh, it's all gone because I didn't stop automation. No, here we go. All right, let's take a break here, and then I'll come back and we'll play one of our interviews from before. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
If you want to install a new roof, you can do it the cheap way or you can do it the right way. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and one of our customers recently found this out the hard way. He was going to hire us to re-roof his roof, but he found someone to do the job for $2,000 cheaper. Half a year later, this customer called us to re-inspect his brand new roof. Turns out this contractor was not a contractor at all. He had no license and no insurance. The roof was installed incorrectly and never had been passed by the city inspector. We had to re-roof his brand new roof, tear off the shingles and start from scratch. It was the most expensive $2,000 anyone has ever saved. If you need a roof installed the right way, you can trust who your neighbors trust. You can trust Trustmark Roofing for no obligation to the penny quote on your roof transformation. Call 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Thanksgiving season is here, and Roswell Honda is serving up the saving. Now through November 26th, find huge rebates and discounts across the lot for you to gobble up. Get 3.99% for 60 months on all 2026 Honda CR-V, CR-V Hybrid, or HR-V. 2.99% for 60 months on 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid, or at least the all-new 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid, just $269 a month for 36 months. Plus, get a free soda 12-pack just for stopping by, free pie with a qualified test drive, and a free turkey with purchase. All into savings at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
You can buy all the furniture you want, but can you accessorize? This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Transform your home by adding chic lamps, accent chairs, and unique statement piece artwork everyone will love and appreciate. Why live with basic walls and no ambience? Turn boring into colorful and pull that design genius from the depths of your heart. Your home will thank you, and so will we. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Grab your boots and your cowboy hats and gather up the whole family for a boot scooting night of dancing and fun. Friday night, November 14th from 8 p.m. till 11 p.m. at the Sheriff's Posse, 1403 East Poe in Roswell. Featuring the danciest hits and a dance floor big enough for you and the whole gang. It's only $5 per person or $10 for the whole family. So gather up the group and get ready for a night of boot scooting fun. For more info, contact Julie at 575-910-3764. We'll see you there.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 34 minutes after 9 o'clock, and our guest isn't going to make it in today. So my backup here is earlier this week we had the ladies join us from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. And next Wednesday is their next monthly meeting, and during the month of November, that is their Salute to Veterans meeting. And they invite all of our veterans to come join them for lunch here on Wednesday of next week. They do a real bang-up job of honoring our veterans. I always am honored to be helping part of that. I help, just they feed me, which, I will work for food. And then I help, help out with the program there, and I'm always honored to do that. But we would love, it's a great event for veterans, and so it's kind of their big special one. So we had them join us earlier in the week to talk about next week's veterans meeting here for the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. Here is that interview now. Enjoy. Okay. Chaves County Federated Republican Women. Rhonda Jasper and Toby Fratt back with us this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
It's been a minute since I think we've had both of you back in studio with us, but welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Glad to be here.
Which, of course, we are talking about the special. I mean, all the Federated Republican Women's are special. Good, but this is kind of the extra special one.
It is.
Absolutely.
This week is the Veterans Day celebration, annual event that you do every November for veterans here, and I would probably easily say your biggest attended meeting of the year.
It just depends, but we sure hope that all of our veterans, if you're a veteran and you haven't let us know you would like to come, please come and have lunch on us. Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, they like to honor every veteran with a little token appreciation, and we like to, bring you up a little bit. And of course, you enjoy a delicious free meal, and
we've got a couple of little goodies for you too. You never know.
You will not leave empty-handed.
You won't leave with a car.
And I'm always honored that you guys ask me every year to help do this event. And I'll be there. I think I told people. I don't know if I officially or not. I will be there. I've just been doing 37 things. I'm like, did I tell people? I don't remember, but I will be there.
I will make sure you're on the list.
Good deal. But it is such. You ladies, the organization does such a great job of that Veterans Day event each year. You always get a great person to speak each year, and literally you come and shake every veteran's hand, come up for a handshake and some gifts and appreciation, and it's so. Please bring your family and friends, bring those veterans, bring even the ones that are a little shy about this kind of stuff. Come and come. You'll be with like-minded people.
Yeah, and you won't be put on the spot.
No.
We just want to honor who you are and what you've done. You're not going to do
speeches or do a dance or anything that would make you uncomfortable. We just come up and
have a meal.
And thank goodness they do an amazing job. They're over at the Elks to
Sergio takes good care of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what's on tap for the Veterans Day meal this year? Do we know?
It's ham.
Can't go wrong with ham.
Nope, can't. So do you have the
ham and mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, salad, dessert.
And November is always everyone gets turkeyed out. And so you don't want to hit them with too much turkey now, because in about a week here, you're just going to get turkey everything. And it's already kind of that way. So ham is perfect.
It's a little off.
I love it. So it'll be kind of a holiday meal. But like you said, we're going to honor the veterans. And the good news is you're in and out in about an hour. about 11:30, get there and start mingling and stuff, and we'll get everything underway about noon, and a little after 1-ish, about the time everything will wrap up, and you can go back to work, or if you're retired, go back to.
And if you've been with us before, Toby started something a little differently. We start the buffet before noon. So if you get there at 11:30, find your seat, and then you can get
just
in
start
the line.
grazing.
That's right. So
you don't have to wait.
You don't have a long line.
I like it.
Yes.
So and that encourages others because I mean you're like, I'm not gonna. Oh wait, yeah, all right, I get a plate.
Well, some need to get back to work. Right on time. And
we do ask that you do RSVP pretty quick. I know we're doing it this week, and hopefully you've been, but. Is Wednesday morning? When's like the drop dead deadline here? I know we're only a couple days away.
If we could hear from you by tomorrow, that'd be great. But even if it's Wednesday morning, if you'll let us know, we can put a call into the kitchen.
Great.
So.
Well, if you let us know, we will make it happen regardless.
That's right.
Good news is ham. Usually we make extra. So
I'm sure there is.
It will be. But if you've never been before, please make this one your first one. Like you said, it's. I know the Chaves County Federated Republican Women have a long history of doing this event upright. It's one. I mean, there's so many different things you champion, but Veterans Day has always been one that the Federated Republican Women have
Without
always been.
them, nothing would be.
The rest
okay.
doesn't matter, does it? Without
and their families. I really, my son was in the Coast Guard.
You understand that, and
the thing that I appreciate was how his wife supported him. So, wife and children, you serve too. Whether you went anywhere or not, you still serve.
They know that better than we do. Yeah, spouses and family of military. You're the ones that don't have your loved one home
Keep
for
the
Christmas.
home fires burning, so to speak.
And as a veteran myself, I know the struggles of when the especially if that person is kind of your main provider, breadwinner, head of household kind of person, whether it's mom or dad, when they're gone, it leaves a huge impact on that.
Absolutely.
Or even if it's before the family, when it's you don't realize how hard a relationship is on a married couple or a dating couple for that matter. When one or both of the entities are military.
Absolutely. Well, I got trained when my son went to the Institute.
Mm-hmm.
He was no longer my son. He was theirs.
Yeah, you don't recognize them, do you?
I dropped
We're
him off
both in that situation.
Matriculation, and this very big, tall man said, "Where you going, boy? You're mine now." And Mama was about to cry.
But then you see him a few weeks later, and it's like, wow.
What happened?
I mean, you see them, but you see a different light of them.
You sure do.
Oh, my goodness. You're like an adult now. Like, you have, what's that? We call it military bearing. Our estimate's like, now we call it adult skills, everybody else, but military, they call it military bearing.
I didn't know that, but I'll tell you, it sure makes a difference in them.
Yeah.
They lasts forever.
It does.
Yes.
Well, and this is why veterans are veterans. Good, bad, and ugly. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
They were trained a certain way to do a certain thing, and they live their life be like, and depending on, sure, every veteran's like a human being, and they all have unique likes and but when you're all trained in the same id, and it works, and so you tend to that's why you see veterans, especially they, even if they only did a couple years, they ingrain things like you won't. Sometimes you just see veterans, they won't be carrying things in their right hand just because they're so used to having to salute. Mm-hmm. To this day, I put everything on my left hand first, and I walk around and my right hand's free 99% of the time when I'm out walking out and about.
That's something I wouldn't even
I wouldn't have recognized
realized
that.
It's just you're habitually, because you got to get your salute on real quick,
Makes sense, though.
Wearing your backpack, like a lot of times it's either both or over the left shoulder, never over the right shoulder.
Wow.
Just habitual things of this day. Checklists, how your brain prioritizes and troubleshoots problems, logistics, because they teach you those skills in the military, and they translate to life afterwards. And that's why military veterans are kind of the way they are. It's the good and the bad, where we want nothing to do with some of the things, but when the mustard hits the bread here, they're usually the first ones, diving in to take care of it here. So that's the veteran id, and that's how it is. The good, bad, but so put that aside for Wednesday, whether you want to be out a part of the public or not, and come join us. And again, this is the same message I tell all veterans when I encourage veterans to attend veterans events. It's part of your role as a veteran. I know you don't, as when you signed up on the dotted line to do what you do for our country,
to protect our nation and preserve its identity for the next generation. This is that next part, because now we got to inspire the young people to do what you did, to be on. And the only way they know the nobility of what you did is events like this, because the rest of the stuff you did, you can't talk about half of it, or you choose not to, or don't want to talk about.
Yeah, really true.
And I completely understand that, for your own protection or others, and whatever that is. So this is the way we inspire that next generation to put people that are willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice. In Veterans case, we're all still with us, so this is not Memorial Day, but but we celebrate that you are willing to do that. And whether your job was in the rear with the gear, in the chow hall, or making sure the tents and everything work, or you're sitting in a foxhole on the front lines, every role is equally important. So please, and that's another thing. All I did was a chef in the military. No, you don't realize.
You had to feed our troops, or they couldn't have done what they did.
And trust me, and chefs know. They have lots of friends, because you don't want to make them mad as a chef. You never. This is life skills, young people. Never make people mad to make you food or do anything that makes your life easy.
Yeah.
Never make those people mad.
That's
just a good tip in life. But yeah, and so that's why I say to those veterans, please make it a point to let us love on you a little bit. I know you're like, oh shucks, but let's do this, because in the audience there's going to be a young man or woman that's sitting there and saying, look at what these people are doing to show recognition. I would like that myself. I would like to be thought of in that same light in society.
Well, and we're going to have Mike Espiritu as our speaker.
Oh, great!
This time
he's got most people know him as the EDC, but he's got veteran under his belt too.
He's retired Air Force. That's right, and he has a very good understanding of what these veterans have been through, and he's going to address that in a way that I think will make everybody proud.
Yeah. So kind of just to give people the flow, the idea to get them out. So like you said, as soon as you get there, even before 11:30, you get there, come on down and let's get your grub on. About noon is when the actual program will start. Kind of just give a quick, how that flow is going to be for those, just so they give an idea what's going on.
Well, Charlotte Andrade, Garule, is our president, and she will open the meeting, and we will do the pledge, and we'll say a prayer, and then I guess we'll just go ahead and introduce Mike pretty soon after that, because we
want everyone out by 1:00. Unfortunately, we do have a time crunch, because people have work and lives to get back to pretty quick.
So we'll introduce him pretty early on, and we'll also introduce any of our elected officials and that sort of thing.
Notables, and then
just pretty much like other meetings.
And then shortly thereafter, there's usually a congratulations line, and they give
that's right,
your gift and your appreciation certificate and a few other. We'll keep under the basket till Wednesday.
That's right.
That you'll get on Wednesday. And then, like you said, and then by 1:00, you're more than welcome to mingle and things. But once that happens, if you got to get back to work or whatever, you can do. Or you know what? Tell them it went long and lie. We will cover for you. I will give you an excuse. I'll give you a doctor's note if you need it.
No, she's good about starting on time and ending on time.
Absolutely. So. But if you want to linger longer, I'll give you a excuse.
Absolutely.
Note,
Absolutely.
And of course, while you're there, if you want to learn more about what the platform of the Chaves County Fitter and what you guys do when you're not honoring veterans and doing all the other stuff, then please talk to any of the ladies.
Lots of people there you can ask.
Men are also very much an integral part of the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, so don't let that be a proclivity from stopping you.
Members.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, when you're not, obviously, your day job or the main part is supporting Republican candidates come election season, and we're now entering a new one here, and so that's going to get hot and heavy here pretty quick. But in between those creamy middle times, you are working with youth, you're working with other nonprofit organizations within the community on their, Altrusa, Assurance Home, and various others. There's a list of other groups, and so you support them when you're not directly involved in election campaigns and all that.
In fact, we just took, I think it was dictionaries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To the Valley schools, and Candy Spencer-Zell was helping us with that.
Great.
So she's a senator now, and she still comes down at home. She takes care of her home people. And
absolutely.
So we do all kinds of things, and we'd love to have your help or
absolutely.
Your
always looking for more folks and
you wouldn't think that the kids appreciate a dictionary these days, but they really really do. Just
Well,
receiving that.
in a world where
something
everything's
important
on the phone,
to them.
and you're like,
Yes.
wait a minute, there's a book that's got all the words
Yeah,
in it. It's like,
I
yeah,
really
we've had
do
that for years before
appreciate
your
it.
phone showed up.
Every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how they're amazed at old technology, like it's new technology. That
Exactly.
cracks me.
But it's something theirs and
Do you mean
something
you can watch
useful.
the movie whenever you want? You just put it in this machine? Yeah, that's how this works nowadays. These DVDs are cool. It's like, well, you wait till you see VHS tapes. No, I'm just kidding. No, those are actually not good technology.
Oh, gosh.
I'm glad
I
we went to
remember
something a little more.
rewinding. Oh.
Yeah. Well, trust me, there's generations of family trying to put all those still to this day VHS
Right.
tapes onto something
CDs
more
or
either in the
something.
cloud or on a
Yeah.
DVD or whatever
Yeah.
the latest
I
and
bit the
greatest.
bullet and took all mine down to someone and had them transferred because I thought it's going to happen.
It's-
just going to.
That's a good idea.
That's the problem with getting old is all our old memories are on old outdated technology. We got to upgrade or we'll never see it again.
And different, and you don't even have the machine to play them anymore
Yeah.
after a while. So
I don't know, and we're the unique generation that, because let's face it, before us they weren't having. It was all letters and photographs and things that are tangible. That and yes, I mean, if they could expose the elements, they good time. But if you preserve them, nowadays you're like, oh, now I got to put it on this disc and the 5.5 back in the day. Now to the 3.5 and onto the drive, and now it's in the cloud, and Lord knows what's going to be next.
I
It's
still
gonna be
don't know where the cloud
a
is.
chip,
You know where
yeah.
the cloud is?
I'm guessing at some point there's going to be a chip in a brain that just downloads to or something. I have no idea. But wherever that is, technology's there. But please, if you're interested in learning more about what the Federated Republican, please stick around or go online. You can go to the website or go to the Facebook page and
Yes.
learn a little bit more about it. And but please, if you've never been, you know what? This Wednesday is a perfect time for a first time checking out
It's a fun meeting.
Like-
we
like
have
a-
a lot of fun.
yeah.
Meet a lot of people.
It's more of one of our celebration
Yes.
meetings than a business meeting.
Yeah.
But we are
Absolutely.
in that season because next month of Christmas there'll be business. But everyone's got Christmas on the brain.
Yeah.
So.
Well, shoot, that started in August.
Yeah.
Right.
The holidays run together anymore.
Not in my head. I don't start till like December 22nd. Then I'm a typical.
I'm
dude.
with you. I'm with you.
Those are the moments I'm like, I'm happy I'm a man because I don't have to worry about things.
Right.
I'm expected to forget stuff like that. Thank God.
That's so true.
And then when I do it right, they treat me like I did something special. Sorry, I'm giving away all the guy tips. But y'all don't know. Y'all knew probably more than I did. But anyway, join us again this Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. I'm sorry.
The 19th.
The 19th. I'm sorry. I get my dates.
At the Elks
Yeah.
Club.
What's today? The 10th.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're 1 week from this Wednesday, the 19th, at the Elks Club. Like I said, 11:30. You get there about that time. There'll be plenty of time to get food and everything. But like I said, the actual program will start at noon. So
If you could just call us by the 18th, earlier would
Yeah,
be great. But
that
if
would
you
be
can't, just call us by the 18th so we have enough food. That's all we care about.
that's the thing is we
And
want to
it's
make sure.
on us. You don't have to even bring your wallet.
Yeah, it's we and this is kind of your give back. You want to say, hey, come. We want. Again, we're honoring veterans. We're thanking for their service, and the least we can do is give you lunch.
Absolutely.
And we do have an email. It's RSVP.
Okay.
Which makes it easy.
Sure.
CCFRW, Chaves County
That's the
Federated
acronym for the-
Republican Women at gmail.com.
Good deal.
If they just want to email us.
And then you
They
can do that.
They
and
can do
very
that
simple, very
also,
easy.
right?
And I'm sure you'll get a reply back. Gotcha. We'll see
And
you on
we have our Facebook
see you on the
page.
19th.
They
Yeah,
can-
and then of course Chaves County
Yes.
Federated Republican Women. You probably will get to Chaves County Federated, and the rest will probably fill
It
in
does.
on the thing.
You're right.
And then it'll be probably the top choice. Click on that. I encourage you to like and follow it.
Right.
That way you can stay up to date on future events and other things that are going on. And if you have other questions, it's a little simpler when you're already a friend or liked or whatever,
And
followed
we-
or whatever those.
Our meetings do go live. So
Yes,
those that
you do
can't get
stream.
out of the house can watch the meetings
Yeah.
there. So,
But
we'd like for you to come.
you
in
can't
person.
eat lunch on a video. We have
That's
not
right.
figured that technology yet. You can't smell the food. You miss out on half
Right.
the fun.
Yeah.
'Cause,
And we do have fun.
They're such amazing hosts over there that they provide the food and they do. And then obviously you can't be in your normal home at the convention center where you've spent money years,
Right.
obviously. And so since the flood, they've been gracious hosts.
Well,
and,
we used to be at the Elks. And,
Yeah.
so I'm glad to be back.
although I think this is their first Veterans Day in a minute because like last year it wasn't it at the
It
church?
was at
yes,
yes,
the
because
Assumption Church.
We were
The flood
meeting
had just
at the
happened.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
days or weeks after.
So
the
we
flood.
were at The church, I don't
And they were
remember. Is it
amazing hosts too.
Assumption
Church
Church?
service.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're
That was
right.
another beautiful event, and again they made it perfect again. And but we didn't have the elks cooking, so now we got the they're hamming it up literally.
Yeah.
Literally. That's right. No pun intended.
Exactly.
Actually, it was intended.
It was. I was not hiding that one.
You're the star of the
I
show.
porked it right in there. Very good. Is there any information we wanted to cover that we got sidebarred on? Did we get everything?
We talked about our speaker, our food.
Yeah. And to be
How
honest,
to contact us.
yeah, and also
it's good.
too, this is like if you want to, on the other side of the the actual day job stuff, the campaigns and things. Now, obviously, up until primary season, Federated Republican Women play Switzerland. They don't endorse or back any
Right.
particular candidate. They help all give a platform to get their message out.
Right.
And then once the primary is done, then they rally the troops around the Republican candidates to root them on for election or support them for election here. That being said, this is a chance to learn the candidates and learn. You want to learn about the various people that are in the midst of stepping up for governor. I mean, we're still getting new names, especially on the Republican side, that are considering or saying they're going to throw hats in the rings. And at some point, I'm going to say they're all going to be passing through a podium on your stage at some point here during these meetings. And so this will be your chance to meet them and really dig in. And the cool part is at these meetings, you get to talk to them one-on-one, either if you get there a little earlier or after. They love all the candidates sit down speaking. So if you've got personal questions you want to ask them, I mean, not like, what's this mole? I'm talking about other stuff.
Pertinent to your problems.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's this hairy thing on my arm? Not that. But they'll be happy to sit down and give you a one-on-one answer.
Right. The
and do
last
it.
two meetings, we've had candidates, whether it be mayoral or school board or whatever.
Yeah, during the municipal election here, hopefully folks got a chance to hear the candidates speak at those meetings prior to here. So, but we'll be doing the same thing, hot and heavy here, probably especially in next year as we get fast and furious leading up to June here. It'll get heavier, and then obviously after June here, it's game on till November.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, good deal. Well, thank you, ladies. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
We'll see
We
you.
really appreciate you getting the word out for us.
Anytime, and we'll see you with bells
Hope to
on
see
next
lots of
Wednesday.
veterans.
And yes, come, please come, come, please come. The food's amazing. They do a great job, and you'll be in and out in an hour, and it's okay. We're not going to make a spotlight out of you because I get it. Some veterans don't. I don't want to.
Come for a meal.
Yeah, come.
Let us
be a part
appreciate you.
Let us love on you.
And be that inspiration, because I'm telling you, there are going to be young people in that audience that are going to see it, and they're going to say, "This is so cool. I want to pursue a craft, pursue a path." That's what I was trying to say, towards the military. I kept saying career and path, and it came out craft, and I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But we all do. We need to inspire, especially in the world we live in, and you see the things that we're going.
Because people don't listen to us necessarily; they watch us.
Absolutely, and I've been on this earth to know history repeats, history recycles, and even in the best of times, there's going to be dark times at some point, because that's just how history works. And I would argue we're dealing with some of that right now. But you know what I mean? It's reciprocal. You look at our World War II generations and what they put up. This is your time to deal with what you're facing, and we got to prepare the next generation for whatever their global crisis it's going to be, because that's just how the world works. And so we got to prepare.
It's when.
So that's why you vets need to come support it. So we've got young men and women that are ready to fill those voids when it's time to step up. So thank you, guys. I'll let you get back to it. I think I've been soapboxing you all day between my radio problems and other problems.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
And we'll see you here on Wednesday of next week.
November 19th.
November 19th.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Those voids when it's time to step up. So thank you, guys. I'll let you get back to it. I think I've been soapboxing you all day between my radio problems and other problems.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
And we'll see you here on Wednesday of next week.
November 19th.
November 19th.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Now, for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Artesia Infrastructure Director told City Council members this week that the time for water rate averaging is coming up. Your water rate is calculated based on the amount that you use during the months of November through January. So if you lower your usage during these months, it can often lead to lower costs throughout the rest of the year. The City Council also approved a budget adjustment for renovations for additional costs at the old police station. Another budget adjustment had to be made in the upcoming purchase of city IT equipment. The next Artesia City Council meeting is scheduled for November 25th. A federal grand jury has now charged 5 men in connection to an alleged scheme to steal crude from New Mexico oil fields and sell it from a yard in Carlsbad. Maxwell Sterling Jensen, Thomas Reese, Christopher Ortega, Christian Contreras Varela, and German Ortiz Santiano face charges of conspiracy, interstate transportation of stolen property, and aiding and abetting in connection with thefts between March and August of this year. The FBI field office in Midland, Texas, said it learned of the scheme in June when a confidential informant said he learned Jensen allegedly was offering to pay employees of oil production companies for crude oil. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like low to mid 80s across our area today. Lots of sunshine and the wind will stay fairly light. We've got a pretty stable high pressure system overhead. Clear for the overnight hours and mid to upper 40s. We're in the low to mid 80s and sunny again on Saturday. Nice weather on Saturday night, clear skies and mid 40s and then low 80s and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve